What's good? What's good? I see y'all. I see y'all. I'm about to start this music, and after the music off, we gonna start on this topic tonight. I got people calling in. The women want to ask men stuff, and the man want to ask women stuff. So I think it's gonna be a good topic, a gender war, because what they say, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. So we're gonna find out the truth tonight. I know my boy Big Rich gonna bring that heat. If he call in, we're gonna see what's gonna happen. But we definitely gonna get in it. So, you know what I'm saying? We gonna start in a second, just a second. You gotta give me some water real quick. Shit. What's going on? I know y'all ain't trolling in there. Good music, you ain't trolling? Alright. But tonight's topic is men ask women, women ask men. Make sure y'all call in. I got a full panel, but y'all can drop y'all questions in the chat tonight. Make sure y'all drop y'all questions for the men in the chat and the ladies. The men drop y'all questions for the women in the chat. If you can't make it on the call-in line, put your number in the not put your number in the chat, put your question in the chat. All right, we're gonna do it like that. I'm about to start this other. Say something coming in that chat. Make sure y'all hit that. What's the name? All right, everybody here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yep. Catherine in the building. You got some? How many questions you got, Catherine? I need to know.
I got
5. Okay, you did your homework.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle, how many questions you got?
I got 6 because I'm trying to decide which 5 I want to use.
Okay. All right. What about Tate? You in the building? What you got?
Yo, what's good? Yep. I only got one question, man.
One question. What the fuck? We gonna be on
one question. Silver bullet, baby.
God damn, that question must gonna last a long topic. What you got, Mike? How many questions you got tonight?
10 and counting.
Huh?
10 and counting.
Damn, you got 10 to count. Might need to understand
See?
what the fuck women own.
See, that's why I only need one question. See, we gonna run off Mike's question.
Okay. Tate, you the type of dude that's gonna like build as you go. Let's see. We got a couple. Well, one question in the chat. One has to go. Cat daddies, sugar daddies, Mac daddies, baby daddies. So this is for the ladies. Which one y'all rather for to go? Is cat daddies, sugar daddies, Mac daddies, or baby daddies? Which one would y'all rather be gone?
I don't want none of them.
Oh shit!
You said what?
I don't want none of them.
All right. What about you, Catherine?
If I had one to go, what are they again? Tell me the ones again.
You got the cat daddies, the sugar daddies, the Mac daddies, and the baby daddies. Which one need to go?
I want them baby daddies to go. I need them.
All right.
I need the baby daddies in here.
All right, Big Rich. Oh shit, here he come. Big Rich with the heat tonight.
Good evening.
Oh, good evening, son.
How many questions Big Rich got? That's what I want to know.
I got shit.
All right. How many you got?
Answer my questions.
All right. First of all, we're gonna get started. We're gonna get started. I'm gonna have a question later that's gonna shake the whole panel, but we're gonna get to that later. They had a question in the chat. This the don't put. Hey, calm down on the question. We're gonna get to your question in a second, but I'm gonna do one for the man. One has to go. Ashy knees or knock knees for the man. That's what they asked. You had to pick one: the ashy knees or the knock knees.
Knock knees for 1,000.
Oh shit! What about you, Mike? Mike, you hear me?
Get back to me. They're making a lot of noise here.
Okay. All right, Big Rich, what you got? Knock knees or ashy knees? What you rocking?
I say the knock knees got to get on out of here. I got a big bottle of Jergens.
All right.
And ashy knees should at least be fixed.
Okay, cool. All right, so I think it's a gender war. I think men are from Mars, women are from Venus. We don't understand each other. If you coming in on the other live stream, we live on Stack 44 on YouTube. We're gonna get to those questions in a minute. But we're gonna start. I think it's just a different world we live in. I think the truth, women are actually learning the truth from men these days, even more nowadays because of social media, and men are not scared to put a woman on a pedestal. So most time guys are telling women what they might not even want to hear 20 years ago because they can open social media and get sex just as fast as a woman gets sex. So it's a new day and age these days. So, that's why I want to come up with these questions, because I think we need to be honest and truthful with each other and we'll get somewhere. So I'm going to start off with Michelle tonight. I'm going to start off with the ladies first. Well, I'm going to start off with Michelle, and then I'm going to bounce from men to, we're going to go back and forth, but we'll start with the ladies first. Michelle, get the first question. What's your question for the guys, Michelle?
Okay.
Don't say now. You got that shit wrote down. You better have it wrote down.
Because I got a lot of them written down. So,
Okay.
Let me just randomly pick. Okay. For the fellas. Have you ever experienced heartbreak?
All right. Big Rich. I was sorry with Big Rich to answer that.
Hell yeah. When I was younger, I experienced it a few times.
Okay.
Not only from women, but from it just coming to the realization of how someone was, and I thought they were a different way, whether it be family, friends, whatever. But 10 relationships when I was younger, I experienced it quite a few times.
All right. Will, what you got on that one?
I was about to say, I echo the same sentiment. Definitely have experienced it, gone through it. Thought I was healed and went right back to it because that's just how I was feeling. So, yep. And that's happened, like Mike said. I mean, as Rich said, through relationships with women, and then all at the same time through family, friends, and whatever else. So, yep.
Mike, you're back, Mike?
Yeah, I'm back, bro. Yeah, we all experience heartbreak. I mean, I personally myself have experienced it. When you go through it, it's a period in your time when you have to let your heart heal, and then once you heal back to it, you have to have an abundant mindset to let yourself know it's not the end of the world. And as you're getting older, you live on, and when you live on and you improve on yourself, and when you improve on yourself, you get better. And things come to you that's better for you along down the line. So you can't be really heartbroken over anything that you miss. You just take it as a lesson and you improve on it.
Facts. All right. Well, I have been heartbroken before by a woman. When my father passed away. Me stopped playing football. It's a lot of things that I think I went through. But at the same time, those things was the low points that made me a high point in my life. So learning from my father, a lot of things made me look back at other people that didn't have fathers growing up. So for me, my heartbreak was like motivation. Like, you got 21 years and some people don't get a day with their father. So for me, that heartbreak, I had to motivate myself to not be selfish, just be grateful for me. And then getting over a woman heartbreak, I had to realize, it was just my turn. Unfortunately, it hurt, it sucked, but at the same time, it didn't make me hate women. I just had to get into a place to start loving myself and reconnecting with myself again. And then football thing was like, that was something that it was a season of my life when it wasn't really for me. The cards wasn't dealt the way I thought they should have been, but I don't look back on it and live in resentment. So I got over that. So those are my heartbreaks. All right. So we're going to go to Tate with his first question.
Yeah, so for the ladies, why do you shun good men?
Start with we start with Catherine answering this one. Catherine, you alive or you cook?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I was taking my food out. But listen, that question, shun good men. I definitely don't. I definitely don't shun on good men. Now, there are times that I met a guy that I felt like may have been a good guy, could have been for me, and maybe I didn't give him the time because maybe I wasn't feeling him for some other reason. It could be something, it could have been maybe a physical attraction that I didn't feel with that guy, or maybe I felt like he was a good guy, but maybe me and him didn't vibe right. The vibe wasn't there, because most of the time, good men, I'm not going to just not, want to be with a good guy. Like, I want a good man, but it has to be something there that I'm not feeling or just not connecting with us would be the only reason why I wouldn't go with that man that I feel like is a good guy, but just ain't for me. If that answers your question.
All right. Well, do you know women that do it, though? Your friends or anybody?
No.
All
not
right.
that I know of.
Okay.
Unless they say the guy is too nice. I've heard women say, man, he's just too nice. Like, he just do everything. I've heard that before, that, maybe he's just doing too much. Like, man, I'm not into it, because everybody want a little bit of, I guess, a challenge. Even women do in some part, if the guy just a yes and do everything, just, I guess, it could be somewhat unattractive or something.
That's why the jerk always win.
You're right.
All
right.
Yeah.
All right. So, Michelle, what you got? on that one?
I think that women do it because the men allow it. It's like one of them things where if you're a good man and you're trying to be a good man to a woman who you clearly see does not show that same interest, it's like, they tend to keep trying instead of just like walking away. So if you make someone feel like you're at their beck and call, and no matter what they do or how mean they are, so you keep coming back, then they're just going to keep doing the same thing. Because at that point, it's just easy until they, as the woman, come to reality and be like, okay, I'm going to leave this dude alone, or I shouldn't do this or whatever. But I know a lot of women who have good men, and they don't treat them equally back, but it's weird because it's like the men, it's almost like they like it because they continue to deal with it. So I don't know. I think that if that's happening, I think it's because the man is allowing it to.
Okay.
Because he put them on the pedestal, and what happens is when they got put on the pedestal, they like that kind of treatment. So they figure, hey, if he's gonna kneel to me, I'm gonna treat him like shit. And I think that's another reflection too of the woman being treated like shit from before. So since the roles are kind of like reversed, that's why they keep doing that. I've seen that happen before. Mainly with my sister and her boyfriend. Now, every dude that came along her way, she treated like shit because she was treated like that.
That's fact. Sometimes it's just a payback cycle that people do when somebody gets mistreated wrong. They feel like the next relationship, they got to remain to hold the power, and they going to treat the person like shit because they got treated like shit. So that's facts. All right, I got a question from the chat to the women real quick before I get to Mike on his question. What has to go? One night stands, friends with benefits, or side dudes? And are y'all guilty of these things as well? I'll add that. Start with Michelle.
I'm gonna have to say side dude, you gotta go. And no, I'm not guilty of that. No.
All right, Catherine, what about you? Have you one night stands, side dudes, or friends with benefits? What's gotta go?
Dang. I'd say maybe one night stand.
So you cool with having the side dude, huh?
I just think.
I'll be over for that mac and cheese, baby.
Hey, come over here and fix the plates. I'm the maintenance man. Shit.
All right, going to Mike. What's your question for the ladies, Mike?
Okay, hold on. I'm bringing let's see. Why do you feel that a lot of women deny accountability?
Just accountability, period? All right.
Sorry?
Just accountability, or that's the end of the question?
Okay, hold on. Why do a lot of women deny accountability when they're reasonably at fault?
Okay.
When it comes down to a man.
I'll start with Catherine.
Now wait a minute. You say, why do women don't want to claim accountability
when it's their fault?
Wow. I don't know, because if I'm wrong, I'm going to go ahead and say I'm wrong. Maybe because they don't want to take responsibility for it, I guess. That's a loaded question, because there's so many different reasons a woman, depending on the woman, you want I can't. Yeah, that's what I say. That it depends on the woman. Maybe we just want to be right. We don't want to make ourselves seem like they're very right.
So y'all want to be right, and y'all either play the victim or be right, one or the other. Pride, huh?
I guess so. Yeah.
All right. Michelle, which one? Understand? What was the question again, Mike? About accountability?
I remember it.
You remember?
Yeah. I'm gonna use myself. Okay. So if I don't take accountability and I know I'm at fault, it's because I don't really like you. I don't care. Like I don't care. So I'm not going to take that extra effort to make it right or tell you, I'm not going to admit to it because I don't care. So if I don't take accountability, it's just because I don't care. But I think that it's a character thing. And I think it just depends on how you feel about a person. Because if you really care about someone, you really care about their feelings, and you are being considerate, then you would own up to what you've done. But if it's somebody that you really don't care about, you don't play that game all day. So that's
so does that go with attraction or just how did that go with a measure stick? Because some men got less rope than hanging themselves to other men. That's basically what you just said, right?
It just depends. Like I don't think it has anything to do with attraction. It just depends on the relationship that you have with that man. I think you just may not. Go ahead.
I mean, but could it be a connection thing? Like, okay, I really connected this guy, misunderstood, but I never got connected with this guy, so fuck him. So he fuck up, I'm done anyway.
Yeah. Hey man, a guy that you like, you're gonna treat him differently from a guy that you don't like. I know I do. I'm not gonna sit here and do the most when I really don't like you like that. If I really like you, I'm gonna give you respect. I'm gonna be considerate. I'm a naturally want to do those things. But if you're somebody that I'm not really feeling, and I could have said something wrong, I could be at fault. We may have a disagreement about it, and I may feel like you ain't even worth me admitting to it. I don't care. So I think it just depends on the situation with the person.
Do you think it's dangerous to entertain those type of guys though that you don't really see an end of the road with?
Say it one more time.
Do you feel like it's dangerous to entertain men that got a short leash? That you have a.
I think everybody does. I don't think that nobody meets a person and automatically, after talking to them for one day, think, damn, it's going to be the long talk. Some people you may really vibe with them. But I think that with dating nowadays, you're going to feel somebody out unless they really do something to turn me off. So if I'm giving you time and dating you to get to know you, I'm not going to make that type of decision mentally that fast. It's going to take time with me talking to you more. But if you do something to turn me off, I know for a fact I'm going to stop talking to you. But as long as you can keep my attention and keep my mind stimulated, then you'll get time. And you can get as much of my time as you want, depending on how you are. So it just depends on the person.
Okay.
Could I sneak another question in when you're ready, Stacks? Because I think this one will be really good.
Is it a follow-up from this?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. When a man who you're involved with gives you advice on a serious situation and he looks out, why do y'all get offended if he's being honest? When a man gives advice, when he looks out, and you're in a relationship with him, why do y'all get offended if he's being honest?
I don't get offended.
Rather than lying.
I don't get offended, but the only way I would get offended is depending on how you deliver it. If you deliver it to me in a way that will make me, if you say it in a way where it's coming off as like, I don't know, if you coming off aggressive or if you coming off, it's just a certain way to say things to somebody. Like I'm the type of person that if it's something real serious, you have to talk to me calmly and you have to, you have to speak to me in a very calm tone. If you coming at me and you making it seem, talking like I'm a kid or something, I'm going to respond completely different. So I think if it's something that's really serious and you know that you're trying to help this person versus just trying to tell them what to do or whatever, I just think it's all about how you say it to them. Because if you, sit a woman down and say, look, even if you start the conversation off with, look, like, I'm going to talk to you, I'm going to tell you, this is, I'm just trying to help you out. If you come at me like that, then I will be responsive to it. But if I feel like we in the midst of it and then you just blurt it out and I'm already emotional about the situation and you just say it, it may be taken differently. So I think it's just all about how you deliver that message. But I would listen, I would be open to listen if it's something.
She going all in. All right. What about you, Captain? You want to answer that? Chime in on that question?
I agree agree with Michelle. It is the delivery. It depends on, and then it depends on what you're giving me advice on, because I've had guys give me advice on things that they felt like I could do better on or do something. And it's not that I was offended, but I probably was like, well, damn, I thought I was doing this. It kind of can be, depending on how, like she said, the delivery is and how you said, that makes a big difference. But if it's something that you're working on already and it's like almost kind of critiquing what you're doing or you're trying to accomplish, it can come out offensive, like, damn, I thought that's what I was doing or something. So, sometimes it can be taken, that way if the woman is trying to work on something and you're bringing it up to her that's not, look, you're not meeting that goal and stuff, it's kind of disappointing and the woman might feel a certain type of way about it, like, well, damn, you can't see that's what I'm, trying or something,
Yeah.
But I wouldn't get upset about it. But I mean, like I said, it still depends on what it is. So.
But I'm gonna say this before we get to Big Rich question, because I know the whole damn show about to stop when Big Rich said what he got to say. I feel like what Mike said, it depends if you have fathers in your life. Women that have fathers in their life, that fathers give them the truth, they can understand another man's truth. You know what I mean? Because sometimes they'll seek out that situation and go to their father and ask them, or they already probably used to that tone or used to that type of, or that type of a man being direct because they have fathers. Now, women that sometimes don't have a male presence growing up, when a man say something indifferent, they look at him like he's a serial killer. Sometimes some women do. But women that actually have active fathers in their life make a difference when a man says something and mean what he says, because they already got that tutelage from their father. So
right.
That's what I feel.
I didn't get to ask my question. You ain't came to me.
We about to go to you. Okay. All right, we'll go to you and then we go Rich, because Rich about to shut down. Go ahead, Catherine.
Okay, my first question is, do men really want a woman that has it all together, like it's independent? Because it seems like, I'm just going to say this statement so y'all can really understand. It seems like when men meet women that have it together and stuff, they be a little intimidated. They like, well, damn, I got to come correct with this woman because she really don't need me that much for nothing, and she really got it together. And they feel like, I think a man feel like they need a woman that kind of needs them more. And I could be wrong. That's why I want to ask that question. Do men really want a woman like that? That's a good question.
Big Rich, I'm gonna have you answer that one first.
I've never met her yet. In fact, I don't believe that exists. So that's where I stand with it.
All right. Will, how you feel? If Will there.
Yeah, I'm up I say it like this. I don't think that the woman being prepared or being, as you say, established is an issue. It's the attitude that may come with the being prepared or being established that makes it seem as though they are, let's say, intimidated. First of all, most men aren't intimidated by that. If anything, it's like they say, game recognized game. And if a guy is on this shit that he meets a woman that is, she's either going to motivate him to get on his shit, or, like you say, he's going to pull himself away from that situation. But I'm kind of like Mike, Rich, as I don't really see that being the case. But that's me as a man who's dating women. I don't know from a woman's perspective what that would be.
Okay, so then let's not say we don't, because Rich really didn't answer it because he's saying he don't think that exists. But what if you do meet one? Is that what you really want or you really don't? Because I feel like men want to be in control. So if that woman has just as much as you have, is that some woman that you really not going to go for because you can't have the upper hand like that on her because she has
materially? See, that's what I'm about to say. Because when you say have, right, that sounds like possessions. Yeah, that's what I understand.
Like things that, like having just as much money as you are equal to you, more or equal to you, where she doesn't have to really depend on you, but she's there because she want to be there because she loves you. I mean, is that a problem for you? Is that woman still be desirable for you? Okay.
Overall, no, but don't use that shit against me because you knew what it was when we met. So overall, no. But when somebody tries to manipulate a person and saying, "Oh, I'm better than you because I have this, that, and the third," okay, you're building this platform or this stage, or as we say, the pedestal, against somebody else. But when we met, was that even in the play? No. Because if I met you on the street and you met me on the street, whatever we talk about that day is where we start. But once you start bringing in, well, I got this and I got that, it takes away from me and you to it's your shit against my shit. That's once again, that's shit. That's why let me say, I feel like when Mike says, when Rich says, I never met somebody like that, I kind of concur with that. Because here's the thing. To answer a better way of answering your question, have I dated women that have more than me? Yes. And I would say they were also worse off conditions. Having more doesn't mean you're in a better position.
Yeah, that's from the way the question was posed the first time, I feel that I did answer the question. However, I didn't know that you meant just as far as the material thing. Now, I've seen a lot of women. I've seen a ton of women, and been with a ton of women that have made more money and that have more material goods than I have when I first met them. But when you say has it all together, I didn't know what that meant really. So, and I've never met a woman that has it all together. Even if she has a whole lot of things, I find that there's a whole lot of debt behind it. There's a whole lot of other mismanaged things in her life, or there's a arrogant attitude, or whatever the case may be. Because here's the whole thing: it doesn't matter what you come with. That doesn't detract and it doesn't impress me, because you got to understand, I'm the man and I'm going to lead this. I'm the captain. I navigate this ship. Anything else is just not dealt with. But as far as it is material goods, I've met a lot of women and been with a lot of women that have. I have a woman right now that came to me with more money than I have. So no, that doesn't bother me or intimidate me. There's nothing about a woman or man that intimidates me, but especially a woman. No.
All right, Mike, you want to go on elaborate?
I mean, a lot of women can have a lot of things, but is she well-rounded all around? And I mean, not just the materialistic possessions. I want to know if she's got it mentally upstairs, because she could have everything in the world, but if she ain't mentally stable, is gonna upheaval a lot of things. Now, what I mean by that is, say for instance, a lot of men, to be honest with you, do want a woman that has a lot of things. But what we really would like, aside from anything that's materialistic, is a woman that's got it, mentally, that she's mentally stable. She gives good cooperation as far as us being together as a team. All of that materialistic shit, to be honest with you, you can't take it with you. It's fun to have, but it doesn't make you my equal, and it doesn't make me beneath you if you have more materialistic possessions than me. If I have it more than you, I wouldn't really give a shit about it, because I know at the end of the day, it's just us that's rocking it. As easy as I got it or you got it, either one of us can lose it by the grace of God or by faith. Either way.
Okay, can I say something to that?
Go ahead.
So then that comes to play, like we said, I know it was about a week or something ago, we did the double standards, because men come into relationships and they meet a woman and they saying, well, I got all this, and that's materialistic too. But when it comes to the woman, we supposed to care about what all you got to come to the table with. So y'all saying when it's around on the side of the woman, well, no, I don't really care about that, because it don't really matter all that materialistic. But why does it matter when a man has it? Because a man is quick to tell a woman what they got and all this, but when a woman comes and say what she got, well, that don't matter. Come on now.
A man is expected to be a provider. That's our role in nature. A man is a protector and a provider. And I honestly believe a man should be able to take care of his woman, and the weight of that should be on a man. So when it comes to a woman having more money, that doesn't, like I said, it's neither a plus or a minus. It isn't something that's going to make me accept her or reject her. There's just a whole lot there's a whole lot more issues that are at hand with
Mm.
I mean, like, look at it like this, Cat. Look at it like this. All right, let me put an example on you. You come in with everything. You got the Benz, you got the crib. You know what I'm saying? You got timeshares. You got all of that. Would you really fuck with me if I was a bum dude and I came to you like, yo, I need to know what you bringing to the table? You gonna be like, nah, motherfucker, what do you bring to the table? Do you want a good woman? Do you consider me to be a good woman to bring all of that if you ain't bringing shit? Because a lot of dudes, it depends on that individual, what they want out of life and what they want out of a relationship when they're dealing with the opposite sex.
See, Mike, when you answer that like that, there's the whole rub right there, brother. When you have a man that sees a girl and she's not making a whole lot of money, a man will go to that woman and he may have a lot of money. She doesn't have anything. She may be working in the Walmart or working at the grocery store. She may be on fries at McDonald's, but if he likes her, he can get with her and change her life. It doesn't matter whether she's not making any more money as he does or whatever. He's going to take care of her. If the roles are reversed, a woman going into McDonald's and the guy on the fries hollers at you, you got more money than hell, you're going to give brother no kind of play. So don't say that it's not fair. That's just life. It's just how it is. It's how we're built, how we're made. That's why the weight is on the man with that, because he is classically a provider and a protector. Women will not deal with a broke, fucked up dude. Period. You don't,
I mean, if she's got her shit up there, if she, like, I've seen situations, especially out here in VA, where a chick, she could have a majority of her shit together, and very rarely, depending on her mentality, will she deal with that dude. But then that only goes to show what kind of individual that she is by the dude that she chose. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she's got it up there, like, if she's got all her shit in place, depending on how she rocking with her mentality, if she's a bum-ass chick, she's going to deal with a bum-ass dude.
All right.
That's what I see out here. A lot of niggas out here be in the passenger seat, man, and I don't know how they do it, because I'll be like, yeah, I got my own.
Can't be mad at a woman like that. Like, you can't be mad at her because that's a natural gender roles, you know. I mean, I'm supposed to be in that role to protect her.
I'll say, Catherine, that sometimes when a woman come with all that, it's some hidden fees behind that. Sometimes they might have all that success, but they might have a lot of debt, and a lot of men know that, so they get scared.
You know what? Hey, Stack, it ain't even a debt. You know what a lot of that shit comes with? It comes with mental problems. And nobody wants to address that shit, and nobody wants to deal with it. And I mean, Catherine, put like this. Anybody who's coming at me saying, this is what I got, as opposed to who I am, I don't want to deal with you on let's say, on a level playing field, as you want to say. You come at me like, this is what I got, this is what I got, you basically telling me I'm about to buy it. Okay,
no, that's not what I meant, y'all.
So see,
like, you can see it. She ain't verbally saying it, but you can see it. That's what I meant.
Okay.
Once again, this is about interpretation. This is why conversations like this are beneficial, because you're saying this woman has everything. She comes at a guy. You're saying a man wouldn't want to deal with a woman like that. And I'm like, that's to the contrary. We don't mind dealing with the woman. It's just don't let that shit dictate something that you want to have.
I know what Catherine's saying. Catherine's saying, on face value, she has it, but she doesn't lead with it. She just got it. You know.
Yeah, would that be an ideal woman for you? Like, you can get away from women like that, because it seems like men don't want women that's like that. Not that she's verbally saying it, but she's out there. You can see it. Like, you can see that she has it together, and may not really need you that much, you know, like financially. Let's say just financially wise.
That's a good thing. I applaud her for that. That's a very good thing.
Oh shit, I'm a dab all up in her shit.
Listen. That's why I asked you my first question. That's why I say my questions are not. It sounds like it ain't got a lot of depth to it, but it does. That's why I said, do y'all want good men? Why do y'all shun good men? Good men is not saying because he pays his bills or he takes care of his kids. But I'm saying a man who's going to do what he's supposed to do for his woman, why do y'all push that away? The same way you're asking the question is, does a man want a good woman? The same thing I'm asking y'all. Do y'all want a good man?
Right. All right.
Good is subjective to what you deem to be good for you.
How you doing?
Because like you said, a woman who got all that stuff, that's great. Like
Yeah.
trust me. Any dude on this call would be like, yo, that's wifey is what we start saying. Before we even wife, like actually make her
Well,
actual wife.
I'll interject real quick, Tate. We'll all say that's wifey if she knows her role. Because sometimes when people have all those attributes, they get the big head. They
True,
be,
but at the same time, let's not like we don't call that wifey. Like, yeah, that's wifey right there. There's certain rules, just like how hate to go here, but I'm gonna go there. Fuck it. Just like how we talk about the high value men and we talk about the high value women, the same thing with somebody who got their shit. We give them a certain title with that. Just like I guarantee you, the nigga that's on Fries, you will take another nigga number without even thinking about it. Like, hey, this nigga work on Fries. But the nigga that's wearing a suit and carrying a briefcase, you might think twice about taking that number, depending on how your inner workings are.
yeah, everything got a
It's called that third to me.
yeah, everything got a ranking system. So, all right. So, Big Rich, let's get Big Rich in the questions because he the only one ain't asked his question yet. So, the ladies, Big Rich got a question for y'all. What you got, Big Rich?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go ahead a little bit light with this because it's a little bit too serious with the men and women. We don't have to just accept each other's viewpoints. Men are gonna think like men are gonna think, and women are gonna think like women are gonna think. We gotta accept that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna switch this up and ask something just something to poll and get a little input from the ladies. What is your most orgasmic sexual position?
Whoa.
What position do you reach climax the fastest in?
All right. We'll start with Michelle. We ain't heard from her in a second. So it's got to ask that long ass question.
Listening in.
Okay. Definitely on top. Me on top.
Like the ride, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. That backwards or front? Reverse cowgirl or regular cowgirl?
Either or.
Oh, she said on top.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah.
She said throw her ass on top and she's in. No, yeah, I mean, they can control the tempo like that because they know how to, they essentially do themselves that way. I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Thanks for the input.
All right.
Yep.
Catherine, how do you want it, baby?
Catherine, no getting away around this shit.
Hey, you know it's Easter now. You know she gonna use her Easter card on you.
Nah, I would say probably doggy style. For me, I like it from the back.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
She liked it from the back. She comes from the back, guys. Anybody in Texas? All right. So, now we gotta go. Let's go to Mike. We're gonna switch it. Let me see. Yeah. We'll go to Mike and then we'll go back to the ladies. Mike, what's your next question?
No, you got also want to say.
Huh?
Okay. What do you do when you get really hot in the kitty, ladies? How do you respond to a man when you get hot in the kitty? Do you fantasize or everything else to get his attention? When you're hot in the kitty, how do you react to him? I'll
go to Michelle first. We live on Stack 44. You on the other live stream. All right, on YouTube. Stack 44 YouTube. Go ahead, Michelle.
Okay. So are you saying, so when I'm hot and bothered, like when I'm ready, how do I react? To the man?
Yes. How do you get his attention when you're hot in the kitty?
Oh, okay. So when I'm feeling myself and I don't know. I'll say something freaky or touch him or like I'll come on to him. So I would try to engage in some type of foreplay.
All right. Catherine?
I just get real touchy-feely. I start touching. I start, saying stuff, maybe, getting a little closer, whispering, doing little stuff, just to let him know, grabbing him, doing little extra. He'll know. Trust me. The guy will know.
What you?
Get that ass up in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Michelle, what you got? What's your next question?
All right, so since we're on that topic, okay, fellas, What makes your best sex your best sex?
I answer that starting first. When I'm mentally connected with a woman and she's stroking my ego before I even touch her. So I feel like if a woman is connected with me, then I can go all the way in. If not, she's just a piece of ass. Let's just be honest. But that's how I answer. Mike, I go to Mike on this one, then go Will, and then Big Rich.
Yeah, she's got to be. I agree with that on that one. She has to be mentally and spiritually connected to me to know what I'm feeling before I even guess it, or she could sense what I'm going through. And when she's soothing whatever's going on, I return that, reciprocate my cosmic energy back into her. And usually that's one of the best sex is when you grunt, when you at that climax, you sound like a fucking, like, you screaming. It's like a mating call,
So, question. If say you're dating a woman and y'all connect, mentally, all that, but you go to have sex with her and she's not, not experienced or not good in the bed, do you still feel like it will be your best sex because of the mental and the spiritual, or does physical have anything to do with that?
I mean, she has to be on all point. I mean, if she's willing to work on it, then I wouldn't mind. But at this day and age, at this time, if she ain't got it like how she's supposed to have it, then I don't know. I'm gonna have to work on it and give her a time limit because I can't waste time.
Yeah, I mean, if she's always connected to you, she should be able to be like, okay, I'm willing to please him because he can be the first, the last, the everything. So if she's not experienced, she should want to take your lead in the bedroom, just like in life. So I'll be willing to work with her, but if she's willing to not be submissive in the bedroom, then that connection was a fraudulent connection. That's how I'm gonna look at it. What you got, Tate?
I felt like the best sex in my life came when we didn't plan it. But it was definitely, like, as they said, the connection. I think what it was the whole reciprocation. Like, you do A, I do B. You did C, I do D. And it wasn't no tabs. It wasn't no, I'm just doing this shit just for the sake of doing it. Like, it was just us just going to that next level. It's like listening to one of them old school songs that'll play for 8 minutes. We only on minute one, but we keep going and we keep testing those limits. And then the thing is, I felt like, for me, to answer the other question, like, if somebody don't got it, it's like a ticking time bomb. Like, are you willing to get it or are you not? Because if you're not willing to get it or we can't discuss it, it's only a matter of time before that shit blows up and you're on to the next.
Facts. Big Rich, what you got on this question?
Yeah, there's a couple different facets to this answer, but I agree with you guys as far as being connected and whatnot like that. Our spirits and our mentality and whatnot in the relationship, that's great. But I'll just take it straight from the physical thing. If she's not that experienced, here's another case where I believe that a man is a leader. If she's not experienced in things, you have to teach. Because I've never ever had it. I've had sex where you first experience someone, it's not so great the first time. Matter of fact, there's very few sexual encounters that I've had where it was just mind-blowing great the first time. You have to get to know each other's bodies. You gotta have to learn what each other likes. But if she's just not that experienced in sex, you gotta be a man and teach, because she doesn't know a lot of things about you, but she also doesn't know a lot of things about her body. So you may have to teach her. You may have to teach her how to come. You may have to teach her how to do different things. And that's the fun in it. That's what makes it best. But now the best sex, the best I like it like Tate say, I like it spontaneous. I believe that you always have to have a adventurous side, a dating side, no matter how long you've been in a relationship. You have to always do things. Hey, you go to the park, ain't no one around, girl, let's sneak one in. I got a blanket in the trunk, let's go get behind this tree. Doing all kind of stuff. You know, it could be anywhere. Doing it in different places in the house. But that's I just a little maybe too much information, whatever. But I love it in the morning. I love before you even get up. I'm talking about breath stinking, sweaty ass sex. I love it in the morning.
Oh shit! All right, it's gonna be Catherine's turn, but I'm gonna rebuttal on that question. So I'm gonna go to the ladies. Have y'all met a man and had sex with him for the first time, or maybe the first 2 times, and he just felt like he knew your whole body, he knew exactly what to do and how to do it? I'll go with Michelle on this one.
Let me think about that. Go to Catherine.
Oh shit!
That's a hell yeah.
She's like, oh, I'm tingling now thinking about it. I can't answer. Catherine, what about you? Have you met a man that just knew how to master your body from the first couple times that you had sex with him?
Not master, but I had something that was really good, but not just like knew everything. No.
Mm.
No.
Let me ask you this: when you say everything, what do you mean by everything? Because like that word is it's like everything and nothing at the same time, right? Like I think of it like the way the question is posed is like he don't know you, but yet he's able to take you to a place that like somebody who's may have had some time with you didn't get that point to you for some time.
Yeah.
This guy's doing it on day 1, day 2. That hasn't happened to you?
Oh yes, that has happened.
Okay, that's the answer. That's the question.
I was like, let me make this clear.
Now, make that clear, cuz you know what I'm talking about. All right, now Michelle, what you got? Cat got her tongue, bro.
Think about that shit. He had a flashback.
I was thinking about it. That took her back somewhere.
Hey, noise.
Okay.
Hey, noise.
So, I would say, I would just say yes. That's it.
Damn. She had to come in the background real quick and say yes.
Hey, her toe done curled up on the phone with us thinking about it. Shit.
Ah, damn. All right. So now it's Catherine's question.
Okay, my other question is, if a man is in a committed relationship and the woman cheats on him and he finds out, can a man truly forgive that woman for cheating on him?
No.
No.
Nope.
Oh, well, damn.
I'm gonna say that. Nope.
No.
All that's gonna be running in the back of his head is the way how she fucked around.
But see, here's the thing, and I think this is the whole platform of social media now. Men and women, as we say, I won't even use the word cheat. I think that word right now is kind of one that's under subject. But when somebody sleeps with somebody else, from a man's perspective, it's just sex. For women, it ain't always just sex.
Thank you. You said what?
I said from a man's perspective, it can be just sex. Like sex is sex. I get hard, my dick get hard, and I'm gonna give me some ass. For a woman, it's a little different. Thought goes into it. It ain't always just sex, and that's why that's always gonna be a no.
Yeah.
It's like personal.
Well, if a woman don't have a man that she's connected to, I feel like some women these days can fuck like men.
But her question was,
Committed racism. My bad. Yeah, you're right.
Right. See, that's what I'm saying. You gotta, yeah. If she's single, then it is what it is. But if she's in a relationship, hell no.
Yeah. All right, Big Rich, how you feel?
Yeah, they ain't cheating. She's single. Shit.
Big Rich, you want to answer that question too?
Yeah, man, I agree there. I think that, it's more of a physical thing with a man, and we do it because, like I've said before, a lot of times men will do it because we're just stupid. We got a hard dick and we don't think. We're thinking with the little head. But woman, it's going to be more of an emotional thing. You've driven her away in some sort of way, but can she be forgiven? No, but I'll tell you this, I'm not going to be mad at her either. I'm just going to send her on her way. That's wishes too, but once you became his, you're no longer mine. So no, I don't agree with that.
But you also got to remember it was just your turn, and you can't keep nothing that don't want to be kept.
Hey, brother, you can't. You don't own anything here in this world.
Exactly.
We just use it for the time being.
Okay. All right. I guess I answered the question that who came with it? Captain came with that one. All right. So Big Rich, we're going to you, and then we'll go to Tate last for the second question. What you got for your second question, Big Rich?
Oh man, let me look here.
Let's go. Got that list.
No. We going easy, but I'm keeping it light because this one we supposed to have a little fun tonight. We ain't supposed to get each other. I'm not trying to get cussed out by Catherine tonight.
Shit, I'm all here.
I'm here for time to laugh and have a little bit of fun and still get some insight. It's another sexual question, man. But the question is, when it's that time of the month, when you're on your cycle and you're not able to satisfy your men with intercourse, are you combative and just hard to get along with, or are you quick to get down on your knees and serve him like a god?
Hold on. Before you ask that, I'm gonna add this caveat into that. Even though one particular place is out of commission, does that mean that you can pass red lights, or can you go to the forbidden fruit? Now, you know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna add that caveat to that question, bro.
Oh, that's that.
Right into that fucking wall.
That's that Cleveland connection right there.
Yes, sir.
That's a whole other question that I got here. But go. Oh, okay.
See, I said y'all Cleveland motherfuckers think the same. I see it. I knew it. All right.
I mean, are you selfish because you can't enjoy it that much, or do you like pleasuring your man exclusively and just get on your knees and do it?
All right, Catherine, go ahead. We want to hear from you.
Oh my, sheesh. I didn't expect that kind of question, but
You've been married before. You know what the fuck going on.
yeah, so, you know what it is. It's really personal, but since I'm a part of the panel, I got to answer. But yeah, I would do it. I've done it. Yes, I have. I've done it in the past. So I'm not a selfish woman. If I want to, I'll please my man by doing that. Yeah, and I have done it. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've done it.
What about have you went through the red light with that too, or you just?
Now I'm gonna miss that question.
Hey, you know what? That's cool. Hey, did you let him play with the chocolate shoe?
Oh shit.
That was. Hey, listen. Hey, everything. Listen. What they say, all is fair in the love and game.
That's a whole different question.
That's cool. I see. We're on live on Stack 44 on YouTube. Michelle, you got quiet. What's going on?
She reminiscing on the other question.
She on that smiling still. She still thinking about that question we asked her before. God damn.
Hold on, let me clarify something really fast. When you say go past the red light, explain that to me.
That's not the question. My question is, are you combative with your man, or are you quick to just get down on your knees and service him? That other stuff wasn't part of my question.
Oh, so to answer that, yeah, I'm definitely what's the word? I mean, yeah, that doesn't stop anything.
The red light question came from okay, we understand Mother Nature happens, right? But if your man is aroused and you're there or you're around or whatever, and he's like, yo, I'm feeling this way. Is it no to the red lights, which means having sex with a towel, chocolate shoe, or
What man wants to do that?
You can't say what man, because there's a lot of men.
No, I'm just asking the question. What man like that?
Well, I'll say, hey,
I didn't know. I wasn't aware that was a thing, because I mean, as far as that, you see, when a woman is in that way, usually my women are away from me because she's not clean that time of the month.
But here's the thing, right? This is a panel that's open to a whole lot of
I understand. I just want
Yeah, I got you. That's why I asked that question. I'm like, there's other people listening and be like, well, shit, I ain't just sucking dick. I'll fucking nigga on my right. I mean, and here's the thing, because you also work in the club too. When I was the head engineer out of a club, a lot of the bartenders will fuck on their periods. They will either clog their shit up so they can go get it, turn a trick, or they be like, that nigga don't give a fuck. He'll fuck me with a towel in the car.
just because blood is it's whatever, and keep it going.
You teaching me something brand new, bro. I'm 52 years old. I don't run red like.
Oh my gosh,
I just never have, so I don't know how that whole dynamic works.
listen, everybody got a story, man.
Well, I guess that's your question, Tate. So,
No, the hell no, that ain't my question. Shit.
you jumped in, man. You can't be jumping in, man. All right, Tate. All right, Michelle, did you answer that question properly? I think. I don't know.
I was basically saying that that time of the month doesn't stop nothing.
Okay.
So I don't let that be a problem.
Okay. I think she answered that question, Tate. Now, Tate, your question, since you got two questions in one. God damn.
Listen, all right. So for the ladies, do you initiate not just only sex, but also in relationships? Have you initiated, and will you initiate?
Catherine.
Oh yeah, yes, I have initiated. You mean initiated in trying to date someone, like going up to a dude? Is that what you're asking? Like going up to
I'm gonna say, not so much. To me, that's just an introduction. Like you and said dude, y'all been talking. You've been feeling them. You tell them like, listen, it gotta be me and you. Have you done that? And will you?
I don't say that. I don't say we gotta be me and you.
I mean, but I'm saying, like, it's just you're doing more of the taking of the role of the lead.
When I was younger, I don't do that no more. I might have done that in my past. Maybe with a guy that I was really, really into, and I mean, I have to really be wanting that guy. Don't come around like that much often. Where I really find a dude that I'm just feel like I just gotta have. That's not. It hasn't been often in my life, but that has happened. So, yes. Hasn't been recent. Ain't been nothing new. Been something back I probably did back in my early 20s or something like that I did. But, yeah, I've done it before. I'm not into that now because I'm at my age now. I feel like a man got to show me he want me. I don't do that.
All right. Catherine, how you feel? I mean, Michelle.
Get that fine wine.
You know what?
All right, Michelle, what you got?
I would say that I've been known to apply some pressure. So typically I'm aggressive, not in a masculine way, but I go for what I want. So I have learned to that, and I mean, if I really like someone, like they're gonna know that I like them, and in my mind it's like, okay, so I guess see like what's gonna happen, but I'm not. Like I said, I don't want to make it because I blah blah blah. Like I want to because I'm always. It's not an equal thing, or I'm okay. But yeah.
All right.
Could I ask y'all a question? Could I interject here, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, ladies. In the act of lovemaking, since Michelle, you said you like to ride on top, and Kat, you said you liked it, doggy style, right? What? I'm sorry. Okay, let me finish out. I'm gonna be quick. Do y'all, in the act of lovemaking, in your most favorite position, love to be choked? Or, you know what I'm saying, like nibbled on and shit like that?
I do.
Catherine?
Yeah, I do.
See, there's a lot of deep, dark secrets that a lot of men don't really know, aside from just putting it in. You gotta play with them too. You gotta like fucking multitask. It's like a never-ending story. I swear.
Yeah, you gotta.
It's what they call that. It's Pandora's box.
Yeah.
It won't tell you, but you gotta explore. You know what I'm saying?
And here's the thing, and rightfully so, men do too, because if you are okay with yourself and you have the perfect woman or perfect situation, it kind of goes back to the other question about what's the best sex. I mean, you get with somebody who can open you up. I'm not saying you'll do some dumb shit, but you will be more freer to be like, you know what? Let's try this. We can try to go in this direction. Like, the thing is, when you got the right person, man, you become like a fucking piece of putty or some shit. You know what I'm saying? But you get the wrong person, that shit turns into like stone real brick.
Hey, you might want to spit in their mouth too. Let me stop. That's a different story for a different day.
Listen, hey, dog, that's that dirty girl.
Yeah, now that I'm not down for. I'm gonna just tell you straight up, you're not spitting in my mouth. I'll let you can go somewhere with that. I'm good.
Somebody in the chat say, "Been there."
That I've experienced that a lot of women will say that they don't do what they'll do. There's a big problem out here today with men and the way they run their mouth and the way they do things. There's a lot of times women won't do things with a man because they feel shamed by doing it. Men, they feel like they'll be less than or be looked at in a certain way if they do this or do that or whatever. You can't be judgmental. You got to let her be her.
I'm gonna say it like this: just because she won't do it for that man when she tells him that she won't do it, doesn't necessarily mean she won't do it for that right man or that man that she feels comfortable with on doing it for.
But I'm gonna tell y'all this, and this is straight up. This is real talk. Catherine don't do no shit like that. And if that's what a man wants, he's got to get him another woman. And I'm going to tell him, I'm going to say, go ahead and go get you another one. Because you're not spitting in my mouth. You're not doing that. That's fucking wrong.
Hey, Catherine, so let me pose this question to you. I'm not saying that what you said is wrong, but I will pose it this way. There, a few years back, there was a movie that came out talking about, what was that nigga name? With the 50 Shades of Grey. Where, you know, there was like this whole, I guess I want to say there was a whole demeanor about this person, right? It's almost like saying, if you got your opportunity, whoever your male crush is, and you had an opportunity to be with him sexually, you telling me you wouldn't be a little bit more open to what he would say? Because this is your crush, this is somebody who you have a different appearance or in regards to like to, you wouldn't go there with him?
No, not with the spitting in the mouth.
That's one thing. But I mean, I'm trying to think. Like, see, I really feel like,
man, let her have her opinion, man. You can't convince her, bro.
Right, because like Catherine gonna tell you, I'm just not gonna do no. It's a lot of stuff. Hey, for what's each his own. I'm not knocking nobody for what they do. You know,
Yeah.
If that's what you like, I'm not saying another woman is wrong for doing it. That's just not me. I'm not into all that other stuff.
Yeah.
I like the basic shit, man. I keep it real basic. I ain't trying to do all that.
I understand that. I understand that, Kat. But you know how many times I've heard chicks say, and I'm not just generalizing. You know how many times I've heard and like ask like random questions, just for the fuck of it, in the middle of meeting them. And I would ask them random shit like, yo, would you ever let a nigga get some groceries? And the majority of them be saying no. But when I have my fair share, when I go in there and I can't catch a chick off guard, she's like, oh, do it again. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know. Some of these chicks be really out there. They be really out there, and I'm not generalizing, but I noticed that certain chicks, or, you know, just women will say they will never, ever do that. But then they get behind closed doors, and they get them, you know, you get them that certain kind of way, and you catch them out there, and they just all open. Now, I never taken it to the extreme, but I'm just going by from what I've seen and what I've heard hanging around other people. Just randomly sitting there and eavesdropping on conversation. It's crazy. It's a really wide open world. When you think you don't know that individual and you really see what they're into, because I've seen some freaky girls now, and they say they don't do certain things, but when they be out there, they be out there. And I be like, oh shit, I'm talking X-Files.
Right.
The truth is out there, and these chicks be out there, man. These
All
chicks
right.
be out there.
We dominating it. We got to get the ladies get their questions in. So Michelle's on you, and then it's gonna be on Captain. What's your next question, Michelle?
My bad. 1 second.
She's still thinking about that other stuff, guys.
Yeah, she twisted. She on control tonight.
Hold on.
She thinking of that. She thinking of that hair pulling. I'm talking that Indiana Jones shit.
Nah, she thinking
Pull that fucking hair.
Okay.
All right.
Man, what is the freakiest thing that you feel like you have done? What you consider being freaky?
You wanna go first?
I'm about
Stack,
to
go
put.
ahead, Stack. This your show.
Yeah.
I'm about to put. I'm about to put Rated R on this shit. Y'all motherfuckers gonna get me kicked off YouTube tonight. Y'all asking all this freaky shit. Damn, what the freakiest shit I ever done? I can't do that shit on YouTube, y'all. What the fuck? Wrong with y'all?
Oh, shit.
Y'all gonna get this hour. This segment gonna get cut off.
Yeah, you gonna have to put this on your face or something. Bro.
Oh my god, y'all tripping. I'm about to remove this video tonight. For real.
Hey, answer the question. Stop running from me.
The freakiest. What was the question again? Say it one more time. The freakiest thing I ever done.
You know the question, nigga. Answer it, nigga.
Shit. I don't know if you want to call it freaky, but like had sex on the highway. I mean, just bend the motherfucker over the side of the road and just going in. I think that's a freaky thing, and you know, I ain't gonna talk about no anal and all that other stuff, guys. But I'll talk about a freaky place. But all right,
Yeah, why not?
Mike, go ahead, man. Next, Mike. As far as I'm going.
Oh shit. Damn, now I'm on the spot. Like, well, aside, I ain't gonna be also spitting in the mouth of some catfish and shit. But yeah, the freakiest shit I ever did to a chick, honestly, aside from like she wanted I call it the go rounder. You know what I'm saying? Having my thumb in her butt, piping her and choking her out at the same time.
I got one for you, but I thought I was gonna go to jail because I'll tell y'all that in a second. Y'all might get me locked up. But I'm motherfucker. Okay, this chick wanted me to have her legs on my shoulders, choking her and slapping her in the face at the same time while I had a missionary.
God damn.
Yeah, that was a lot. I mean, I was choking, smacking her in the face, legs on the shoulders.
Pro wrestler shit, man.
And then
You should have BDT'd her shit. Fuck.
and then I spit in her mouth at the same time too.
You should have that bitch.
All right, Big Rich, man, go. Y'all gonna get me kicked off YouTube, man.
Freakiest thing. I say sex with the two of my wives at the same time, but doing it girls. See, I'm getting looked at. You want to go get on that?
I'm just trying to put a woman on. Uh-oh.
But if having sex with two of my wives and you know doing ass to mouth while we doing it, that was some birthday shit. Doing it, you know, that was the me and them doing it together. That happens all the time. But going one's ass to the other one sucking you off, and then getting in that one's ass, and then having the other one suck you off, and going back and forth. Yeah, ass to mouth, baby, ATM.
ATM.
Hey.
All right, Tate is on you now, you nasty motherfucker.
Oh man.
You don't even know. You talking all that shit to me. You froze.
No, I mean, no.
Let's go. Let's go.
I'm trying to think, dog. I think the freakiest shit that I probably did was I was high and drunk at the same time. And
That's normal, bro. What's up? What's sexual, bro?
Nah, but yeah, it's normal for some, but it ain't for me, man. And I think from that was like one of the first few times that I probably, man, what the fuck did we do? We did too much. Put it like this, we ended up using a bottle on her.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah, like a Coke bottle or what kind of bottle? A bottle of Hennessy? What? It was a liquor bottle because of the shape.
Mm.
Right. That's why I say the drugs played a big part of that. We was on one. All right.
Mm. All right. I think y'all the man answered that question. All right, on to Catherine. What's your next question for the man? Y'all need to get off the sexual shit too. Give them something else.
All right.
Don't get me kicked off YouTube, man.
I got one. Does it really matter if a woman cooks or cleans if she has all the physical attributes that you desire in a woman? So let's say the woman is everything you like physically and sexually, like in the bed and everything, but she don't do no cleaning, she don't cook. Is that okay?
I'm gonna say for me, she had to have some form of cooking. I'm a neat freak myself, so I can't get away with no food. I mean, my auntie, my mom, and them would say, if you do the F's, you do the fuck them, feed them, you good. That's what the women in my family will tell my girlfriends or wives or whatever. They'll tell them that's how you gonna keep him. So she gonna have to feed me. What about you, Tate? Ain't that what we hear in our family?
I was about to say, yeah, it's funny because me and Stack is cousins. So yeah, for me, Catherine, I'll be honest, it couldn't be both. I've been in that situation where it was one or the other, and I mean that's tolerable, but it can't be both. Because here's the thing: if you're not feeding, I can cook. That's cool. But if you're not cooking and cleaning, I hate to say it, what good are you for?
She for the streets. All right, Big Rich, what you got on that one?
Well, man, it's like this. You got to have some kind of sense of duty. You can't. I mean, just looking good. Well, again, that's not a thing that's going to impress me, whatever. Because I mean, I'm the prize right there. That's my standpoint on the thing. So we cut all that how you look out of it or whatever. There's got to be a sense of duty. But once again, I don't like my wives. Like I said, there ain't no slavery stuff going on over here. When we get in our thing on a Saturday, one of them be doing the bathroom, I'll be in the kitchen doing the kitchen or the living room, and then the other one be somewhere else. You know, that youngest one is getting a little bit lazy. And now that you mentioned it, I got to tighten her up on a couple things, but we all got to get a little bit dirty. And they do cook most of the time for me, but it's times that because I enjoy cooking, I cook about 5 days out the week. I'm the one who cook as far as dinner goes. You know, as far as breakfast and lunch and all like that, they keep me prepared and do all kind of stuff for me. But I like cooking, so I just do that. It's a sense of ain't nobody ride for free, and ain't nobody abusing or using nobody up. You know. So that's where I'm at on that. You got to do something. What you do? Just sit around and look pretty.
What about you, Mike?
I mean, to be honest with you, like, if I'm going to be with a chick or my lady or whatever, she's got to know her duties and her role, you know, basically, which is a part of her duties as a woman in my life. Because if she's not cooking or cleaning, you know what I'm saying, and she's just trying to look good, she's just going to collect. She's just going to be a dusty. What I mean by a dusty is she's just going to sit on the shelf and collect dust. Because while she's over here not doing what she's supposed to do, and I gotta go out and do it myself, then she's pretty much just gonna be there, and I'm not gonna really have any use for her. You know, if she's not fulfilling her half of what she's supposed to do, and that really takes up a lot of space and time in my life, and I can't have that.
Facts. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with Rich with his next question.
All right. when was the last time, and I have to explain this, when we talk about nice is just something being polite. Nice and good are two different. I'm talking about good, being a benefit to someone, helping someone. Being nice, that's some corny stuff. The word nice comes from a French word that derives from the word food, okay? So I'm not a nice guy, so I'm not talking about when you was polite to someone or, just did something courteous like you're supposed to be in everyday life. But when was the last time and what did you do? When was the last time you did something good for somebody?
All right, we start with Catherine.
And this can go for the men and the women.
The last time I did something really good for someone, I used to work in mental health, so the guy I was dealing with, and he had a really bad drug addiction or whatever, but I happened to be attracted to this guy, so I helped him out a lot, like with things he was going through with his drug issue, helping him out. He, car ran out of gas, and so I go pick him up, and then it's a lot of that. I was just there for him for a good little while, almost,
Did he owe you later?
Yeah, somewhat.
All right, Michelle, what about you?
Can you repeat the question, please?
When was the last time that you've done something good for somebody, and what was it?
It could be anybody, right?
Yeah, it could be anybody. Just when was the last time you did something good? I'm not talking about nice, just being polite. That's nice or whatever. But I'm talking about did something good, something beneficial for somebody, and then what was it?
I would say I recently let a friend of mine, her and her daughter, stay with me because she didn't get along with their roommate, and they wanted the last month of living together, and she needed more. Apartment got ready, so I welcomed them into my home, and
that's good. That's big right there.
So yeah, that would be the thing I think I've recently done, and I told her she can stay, and I told her she didn't really have to give me any money, but she did just because she appreciated me. She, threw me a little something, but I did it to help her out.
Yeah, that's cool. That's big stuff right there. I answer it myself. There's an old dude that live upstairs from me, and I found out just going to do my laundry. Found out listening to people talking and that the dude didn't have no money and he didn't have nothing to eat for a couple of days, and then looking further into it, found out that his daughter been stealing his money from him.
Damn.
And stuff when she's supposed to be helping him out. So a couple of days ago, I made a big old pot of chili, and I took it up there to him. And I wanted to help him out for a little while. I stayed up there and visited with him for a minute because he had said he'd be up there lonely and whatnot. And I sat there, read some scriptures with him, and talked with him, and we kicked it for a little while. And he ate him a bowl of chili and had some left over, and maybe hopefully I made a new friend. He like 77 or something, 78%. But he ain't really got no family, and the family he got is really trying to do him a little bit dirty. So that was mine. What about you fellas?
For me, I had a young lady that called me the other day, and her mom was about to pass, and she needed some words of wisdom, and she wanted to know what was the process like because when I lost my father. So I literally, talked to her about, just the transition of losing a parent and stuff like that. And it was encouraging to hear her, understand, just get into the third dimension of knowing how to deal with a loss like that. So yeah.
That's a big thing there, Stack, and you got that big heart for that, brother. We got to remember that things that we do that are good doesn't always come with anything monetary or whatever. Not just being there for somebody, brother. I salute you for that.
Yep. So yeah, I basically wanted to let her know, like, at the end of the day, she kind of going. Her and her mom talking, and her mom know that it's her last days coming, so she doing anything that mama want to do. Her mama want to go out and take the top off the car and ride around. She doing that with her mom for the last time, so she's been in good spirits, but she's in and out. But it's gonna be like that. It's not gonna be normal for a while, or never be normal.
Man, mine passed in 2009, Stack. I'm still not over it, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, you never get over it. But what happens later in life, or after that happens, you have these dreams what they're in, and first you just wake up from the dreams and be crying. But then now, like when my father comes in my dreams, I welcome it now. So it's welcoming now when he's in my dreams, because at first he used to be sad and I used to run away. I used to wake up in the dream, but now if he's in my dreams, I stay in the dream because I want to remember the dream. So
ain't that a good thing, man? You make you happy, you make your soul joyful, man. I can't wait till tomorrow, brother. It's opening day for the Cleveland Indians, man. The Tribe was my old man's favorite thing, man.
Damn, that's cool.
Every year, opening day, we always hit opening day together, man.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, what you got? What good thing you did for a person? The last good thing you done.
Well, I actually saw two groups. I was headed to the courthouse to go fill out some paperwork for my business, and I seen a couple outside arguing, and I couldn't help but get in between that because I remember I used to see my parents argue with each other a lot, so I thought of them, even though I've been away from them for a while. So when I broke it up, I asked them both what was the argument over, and I came in between them and I said, a lot of us really need to take a step back and realize that our petty differences mean very little. They mean nothing. And that we need to come together and see eye to eye, because more and more every day we're getting everything taken away from us without blinking an eye. In the blink of an eye, we're getting everything taken away from us that we see very little. But when we're fighting amongst each other, how are we fighting to make ourselves better?
Mm.
And we need to come together and realize that as people of, any race, religion, creed, or people of color, period, we need to work on each other. And then once I started speaking that to them, whatever the fuck they were arguing about, petty differences over money, over their kids and shit like that.
And they was arguing over that stimulus check, nigga. They was arguing over that stimulus check.
Exactly. So I heard both sides, and I said, take a step back, y'all. Look at what y'all arguing over. Is that more important than setting for the better? Or we are arguing about your petty differences now? They both shut the fuck up. They got in the car. They started talking, and then they told me thank you, and then they left. They started to get their shit together, and to this day, even though both of them don't necessarily see eye to eye, they still co-parent with each other.
Yeah.
And that's a wonderful thing. I managed to break all of that up because they were making a scene in the fucking parking lot, like if they were about to get down right there.
Hey, man, Mike, that's a beautiful thing, man. You got a good heart for doing that, brother, and I applaud you for that. But I want you to make sure, man, just be careful out here, man. I back, it's got to be about 9 years, but we were breaking up a fight in the parking lot at one of the bars I was working, and one of my buddies, may he rest in peace, got in the middle of this guy and this girl and this domestic thing, and she turned around as he was trying to hem up the guy from beating her. He was going upside her head. He grabbed the guy and hemmed him up, and she went in her purse, pulled out the strap, man, and blew his brains out right there. Fuck. So it's just you know what I'm saying, you did a good thing and you sound like you were familiar with them and whatnot still, but some of these people, man, they be on some stuff and you don't know what's behind it, man. You gotta watch that domestic stuff, man. I don't want to get involved because you're a good person and everything. Just watch it out there, brother.
Yeah, just watch it.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I just couldn't see, you know what I'm saying, my people go out like that. I always give them some insight of, okay, you're fighting over what? does it really make a difference? You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, how is that contributing to making yourself to be a better individual?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you knew better, would you do better?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know any better because nobody ever really taught them. And all they need is the proper guidance. If they sought the proper guidance and they had God in their life, I guarantee you, and I guarantee everybody in this room or everybody that's on the outside listening to this channel, if they had God in their lives and they improved on their lives, they wouldn't be doing half the fucked up shit or even having people around them that do that kind of fucked up shit around them. They'd be like, hey man, listen, I don't want whatever you got that's coming your way in karma, because there's that thing called karmic debt. You get what you deserve or what you put out there, that kind of energy.
Yeah.
Yo.
All right. Tate, what you got on? When last time you did something good for somebody?
I'm gonna make it on a little lighter note than that. I set up my cousin and my aunt on some online investments. They both kind of asked me questions individually, and then I just said, you know what, screw it. Instead of them being charged by like a company or somebody, I had to set them up for them. And I think it kind of goes along to the whole thing about financial freedom. It's just like trying to see people get ahead, and some people who lack the knowledge thereof, if you know something, you give it back some type of way, it come back to you. So
Facts. So with that being said, it's on you. What's your next question, Tate?
Oh man, damn, what shit.
I thought you had this shit wrote down, man. Fuck.
I thought you only had one question, dude.
All right, well, we go to Mike then. Damn.
Yeah, Mike had 10 questions. He had my questions. Yeah, I
Go ahead, Mike.
Oh shit. I let's see. Ladies, when you were in your relationships, did you ever fantasize about another man, like being as far as polymorous? Do you know what polymorous is?
Michelle?
I don't. So you're going to have to tell me what that is.
Let's start with Michelle, man.
Polymorous is you could be in a relationship, a committed relationship, but you still want more. Like you want more partners. Did y'all ever, have that playing in your head?
You saying polyamorous, Mike?
Polymorous.
Oh, that's another one. Okay.
Polymorous. Y'all need to look that up because a lot of people be doing this shit on the low and don't really know it.
Okay.
I think I ran to that last night. The chick came up to me like, what's up?
Hey, Mike,
Shit, what I do?
What is polymorous and what is polygamy?
It's almost the same.
No, but there's a difference.
That says almost.
Gotcha. What's the difference?
Well, let's let Mike tell the difference and let the ladies answer the question, please.
Yeah. I mean, polymorous is you have more partners, but your partners are okay with it. Polygamy is when you just, you got multiple partners and I don't really think that they know about each other. You have those relationships. But polymorous is, it's never enough. You have more than one partner and you're trying to still get more. Like I've seen this one chick, no bullshit. She used to be married and she's no longer married, but when my homegirl started talking to her and I was listening to how she was having a conversation with her, she told her that she has a starting 5. I think she's fucking with 5 dudes. Starting 5, and this wasn't long after her relationship ended. Starting 5, and they were all okay with, having a turn with her. She has multiple bodies.
All right, well, let's don't get too far. Let's let the ladies answer the question, guys.
Oh, shit.
I didn't want to know what I was doing. I didn't understand it.
Okay. All right, Michelle, I'll go with you first.
I'm sorry. You gotta repeat the question.
Oh shit! I need some more drink.
Go ahead, Mike. Repeat the question, man.
Okay. Are you okay, all right. Ladies, have you ever been in a relationship and fantasized about being with more than one man?
Gotcha. No.
Okay. All right. Now Now, the difference between polygamy and polyamory is the act of having intimate relationships with more than one person at the same time. Polygamy, on the other hand, involves being married to multiple partners.
So I'm in polygyny then. This is polygyny.
Yep.
Okay. All right, Catherine, what about you?
Polyamorous is having to be open more than one romantic partner, like you're open. But if it's polygamy, you're already married to multiple partners.
So let me kind of make it easy. So from She Gotta Have It, this whatever that word is, that was a Spike Lee little series where she had like 3 different boyfriends: Miles, the business dude, the sneakerhead, and then I guess it was the model dude.
I remember, right.
And that's kind of why I asked, what do you mean by those terms? Because everything nowadays is damn near blurred lines in these. Yeah.
Are you polyamorous? Polyamorous is having more than one partner. Like when you're with someone already, but you're open to having more than one partner.
Okay, I'm gonna answer the question. No, I'm not. I've been with a guy that I found other men attractive, and I wondered what it would be like to be with that guy. You know, like maybe people I interact with on my job, like men that I find attractive, but like going out to like actually have sex with them, no. But I have had the, I think everybody experienced that when you have, even men, when they're in a relationship or a woman, like you're gonna always see someone else that you be like, well, damn, I'm attracted to that person. That's somebody I like. I want what that person is like, but actually going into the act of thinking of fantasizing of being with that person, no, I haven't done that before.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Ladies, let me skip this question around because I know it must have been confusing with anybody. Did you ladies ever monkey branch from a man that you are currently dealing with? And what I mean by monkey branch is you would have one foot in and one foot out the door, ready to leave with the next man when that relationship was on the way out or wasn't working. Like you had a nigga on the side orbiting, like staying in the dark, waiting for you to leave.
I had other guys. Might have had another guy I was talking to, but wasn't nothing serious. But I might be interested in that person. Yeah.
Okay. Michelle?
I say that I always look at dating as one foot in, one foot out. I always look at it that way because you never know how it's going to end up. So until there's a commitment, I'm not saying like I got just dudes on the sidelines up, but there's always, somebody out there that's going to, try to approach you or whatever. But I don't typically entertain, without feeling somebody, I wouldn't really entertain them in that type of manner. But I wouldn't say I got both. I would definitely say I would have one foot in and one foot out, just because you can't put all your eggs in one basket if there's not no commitment.
Okay.
Facts. All right. Tate said he. All right, Big Rich, what's your next question? Oh, Big Rich going through the list.
No, I'm trying not to go back to this whatever, but you
come on.
Go ahead and ruin the show, man. We waiting for this, man. I'm not trying to do that. No, man, we waiting for this, dog. No, I just want to know, do you all enjoy getting your shit pushed in? And so, if you haven't, would you like to try?
Getting what? Exactly.
Oh my.
You said what?
Getting your shit pushed in. See, you gotta clean it up. Do you like anal sex?
Oh, okay. I got you now. I thought that's what he meant, but I wasn't sure.
Or anal play, because I mean, it could be anal play. I don't know what the question, when you say shit pushed in, I don't know if that's fingers, dildos, or dick. I don't know. No, I don't play with toys. I'm talking about my Johnson. Gotcha.
So you're basically asking if we do it and if we like it. And
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Oh shit.
She on there. She like, I hope nobody listen to this. Know me.
Okay. I have participated.
Okay, all right. Is it something that you wouldn't do no more, or you don't care really?
I would do it again.
Okay, that's cool. That's honest. That's all I want to know. I don't want to make you dirty or nothing like that. I'm just saying it. So it's a thing because some people are more. They say that the anal cavity has a lot of nerve endings, and sometimes women find just as much pleasure. And I've had a couple women told me that they've climaxed from that. So.
Yeah.
Then I've had some women tell me, like, my girl Kay here, she won't let me nowhere near it. So, you know, it's just like that. It's an acquired thing. But what about you, Doggy Style? Do you like it?
Oh, wow. My thing, I'm gonna go in and say, so the thing about that is I don't have an issue with it. I've done it. But the thing about it is, I'm not doing that with no guy that is like packing. It has a lot. So if I already can see the guy packing, I'm not, because it's not that good of a feeling to me. Maybe because I have dealt with guys that probably had a little bit more, and the other, it kind of can be painful. Now, so if I do it, it's gonna have to be. It'll be with somebody who don't have a whole lot. I'd be willing to do it. But if they got a lot, I want you to stay away from there. Now, the whole thing with the licking, I'm gonna be straightforward.
That wasn't my question. That was something.
I was gonna give you the answer on that one. Because I'm not in for that either. I mean, if he do it, if his guy do that, he can know that after he done that to me, I'm probably not gonna want to fuck with him no more. So I won't.
She said no licking.
Go there, but I'm good.
No. Catherine said.
Like, go ahead, do it, and I'm not kissing you afterwards.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done after that. So yeah.
Catherine said no licking, no spit in the mouth.
They like it because sometimes it's the position that they're in. Even if the guy is really big, it all depends on what position it's in, whether it's pleasurable or not. And the guy has to be a little bit gentle with it too. And depending on how much you've done in our experience, like I said, it's an interactive thing with lovers. So I'm not being disrespectful. We do this would y'all tell this girl we do this every week? I'm not being disrespectful. We try it. We do this every week.
If she can hear us, I mean, she should know that we definitely got a relationship.
She halfway doing something else, but then she keep cutting me looks and then stopping.
But here's the thing. Look at what we're talking about. We're talking about sex and a lot of different things, and I think anybody who's listening to us can tell that we've been around each other and we kind of know certain stuff with each other. We kind of can ask these questions like it's a familiarity with the pedal. So this is
all right. That's Mike. Well, I think it's Mike's next question.
Okay. All right. Let's see. All right, ladies. If your man, okay, all right. Matter of fact, hold on, get my book.
You gotta get the book out.
Oh shit! Here we go. Give me a couple of seconds.
All right. Well, Catherine, you next. Just let me know. Then Michelle at the mic.
Okay.
Y'all get ready.
What do you feel that a lot of women mess up on a lot in life today?
That's a good ass question. Go ahead, Catherine. Answer that. What y'all mess up on when it come to men, or just life period?
My biggest thing to me that I think women mess up on is giving it up too fast to men, like and being with multiple men. I think if women would be more cautious of who they open their legs to, that things would be the way they were. I think women are too open with sex, and they just go around and they sleep with this man. This made it so much more easier for men to know. They don't feel like the men don't feel like they have to commit too much or do anything because they know they can go to this next woman and they can get what this woman won't do. There's a woman that's willing to do it. And it's a whole lot of them out here. So, I think if women would not be that way, then it would have been a lot easier for us to obtain and have a relationship, a serious committed relationship with a man.
If you're on the other stream, we live on Stack 44 on YouTube. If you want to come over here and get the number and call in, you can. Stack 44 on YouTube. All right, Michelle, what you got on that?
You said the question again. I'm sorry.
Boy, what are you doing over there? All right, go ahead.
Do you feel that a lot of women mess up on a lot in life that you see every day?
Okay, gotcha. I would say what I messed up on in life would have to be not knowing who I was as a person, like not taking that time to better myself and self-reflect on things that would bring me down in life. So I would say just taking that time to really get to understand who I am and just getting more in tune with myself and knowing, as a woman, what I want, who I am, and how I want my life to be, and understanding that I have full control over, my destiny and what I want to accomplish and, the path that I want to take. Like, it's a choice that I actually have. And depending on, what choices I've made, it is based on me. So just really, learn to love myself and know who I am, so that if I do put myself in a situation with another individual, I don't have to question that at all. So I would say that will be it for me.
Okay.
All right, somebody want to know on this other chat. I'm going to just make it. He said, why women, why men not marrying women, but they making them single mothers? I'm gonna just say this: no child is born in this world without a woman's permission. It ain't on the man. The woman, it's so many forms of birth control. It ain't even funny. That's how I'm gonna look at it. So it takes two to make that baby. So a woman should require to protect her body first of all, and protect. I mean, she shouldn't want to give a man a ring and a kid until she get a ring. That's how I feel like. I don't know how you feel, Rich.
I feel that that's a statement of absolutes, and I don't believe in absolutes. That's a question that's open ended. I mean, why do men do that? We don't deal with them kind of men over here, and we don't like just the same as we don't deal with hoes over here. We respectable people on a respectable platform, and we're talking about grown up things. Now, people that have that kind of bad vibration and low energy, that you're going to have those in life all the time. But two things I don't like saying, two words I don't like. I don't like the word never, and I don't like the word always, because those two words are indicative of absolutes. And no one always does something, and no one almost never does anything. If you follow what I'm saying. So you can put labels on a lot of people and a lot of things, and just like why do people kill people and leave them dead? Well, we don't do that here, so that's not a subject that we're talking about.
I'm not gonna lie, the guys that's over here, Sweetheart and other chat, we don't abandon our women. If you look at the marriage rate, or most time women always leaving men more than most. That's kind of almost a fact. Most I think in the community, most women file divorce more than men. So women are leaving more in relationships than men. But unfortunately, women had this stigma that they make the man that say if they had a shitty baby daddy, you picked them because y'all the gatekeepers of sex. And on top of that, you picked them, but the next man with value is gonna judge you off of the last man that you was with. So if you're an ex-wife compared to a baby mama, the ex-wife gonna have more respect in this manosphere. I know the guys I deal with, they like women that's been ex-wives, and I know both women on this platform been ex-wives. So is it her fault? So she want to know, is it her fault she had a baby by a man without getting married? You the gatekeepers of sex?
It's not about your choice. I won't say fault. it was your choice.
It was her choice. Yeah, it's her choice to have a child, and her choice is to set the standard for the man. Now, if he were,
Here's the thing. I mean, we know two things gonna happen, right? We know that sex can produce children, or and you also know once you are pregnant, you have the option to either keep the baby or abort. Like you said, it's just like you said, it's like, at the end of the day, it comes down to the woman. Now, it's good if you have a man that wants to be there and go along with this journey with you, but at the end of the day, you kind of know who you fucked. Let's just call it what it is. Yeah. Even if he didn't stay around or you didn't stick around, you left, you know what you got yourself into. And I mean, you can say, well, I didn't know. I think there was stuff in that relationship that told you which way it was going to go. And even if it didn't, you still had the choice to say, hey, I ain't liking this.
well, let's hear from the ladies. Y'all understand the question? Is it up to y'all to have the baby without the commitment of marriage, or do you think it's equal? I'll start with.
Who you want to ask first?
Go ahead, Captain.
It is definitely the woman's choice whether or not she want to have a baby, but we all got to keep in mind, like, it's a lot goes behind a woman deciding whether or not she want to have a baby. So regardless of the fact she can know she having this baby, this guy may not be the first of all, you don't go into nothing. I don't think no woman, maybe if they've been knowing this guy or whatever for a while, maybe they trying to have a baby for whatever reason. That's crazy as hell, but I know some women do that. I don't want to say it's impossible, can't happen. Some women, but let's deal with the women who not really trying to have a baby. You know, they just happen to have sex and maybe they, get pregnant or whatever, because condoms break. Sometimes birth control don't always work. It's things that can come about. So y'all got to keep that in mind. So when it gets to that point, then it's up. Now that the woman is pregnant, she got to decide whether or not she want to keep the baby. So a lot go into that. So spiritual wise, maybe the woman don't want to have an abortion because she have a way she feel about, killing, her baby and how that's going to be looked about. It's all kind of, it's different things. Each woman, that's different. Some women have a baby because they say, okay, well, I'm going to get money now. I mean, that's sad to think that way. I wouldn't want, but we know there's women out there, if they got this guy, they know he got money. They got women that go ahead and have kids because they feel like they're going to get something out of the guy, child support, all that thing. I mean, but each woman is different, but to say that it's totally all on the woman, I don't agree with that. It is on her, but she didn't sit there, to just get pregnant. I mean, like I said, we should all know that when I say that, we're not referring to every woman. So I don't think that most women lay down and have sex just to get pregnant, okay? So if it happens for a woman, then that is, on her to decide whether she gonna keep it. There's certain things, like I said, has a reasoning why a woman might go ahead and keep that baby, knowing that man may not be about anything. Maybe she think that some women, I'm gonna tell you, some women actually think if they got a no good guy, then maybe they can change him. Some women think men of having a baby with a man will change them. It's sad, but I think it's a proven fact now.
So the question, the other question in the chat, that y'all can't see, she was like, basically y'all saying it's her fault because she had a baby by a deadbeat.
No, it's not her. No, it's not her fault. It was her choice.
Yeah, that's her choice. If you vet out a man that basically is low value, you have sex with him, what that says about you, we are reflect.
I won't even go there. Listen, she made a decision to lay down with somebody else, right?
But if she already know he a deadbeat, then why are you doing it? That's all you.
Most women, but first of all, wait a minute, y'all. Every woman don't know that the person they laying down with. Most women ain't looking at no matter. They thinking that man is a deadbeat. They not laying down with them anyway. So it's something that man is saying or doing. It's something that man is doing or something that make that woman think that she sees something good in him. You might see the deadbeat in his ass, but she might see something else in him. So she gonna go ahead and be with him. But even though she might know, I don't know. Some of them think, I don't know, women, that's crazy. I can't think that.
All right, my bad. All right, Michelle, you got anything you want to add? Should a woman control the narrative of having a baby or not?
I would think for the most part, yeah, because we can. I mean, it's our body that has to carry the child, so we can prevent that from happening. So I wouldn't say that. But then it's also one of them things that it's kind of hard to say that too, because it's like a man that's going into a woman knowing, you know, if he's not using protection or whatever, he's still risking having a baby. So it's like you said about taking responsibility. You know, if that happens, it's not it's your fault or my fault. It's just, you know, it's the baby.
It happens with sex. It comes with having sex. I mean, I'm sorry.
Y'all make me want to never have sex unprotected. Nah, fuck you, though.
I mean, here's the thing. I mean, shit. The nigga that's 80 years old that goes out and say, "I popped the pill and I'm gonna go get some ass." He can still make a kid. Like, it happens, but don't feel bad about the decision of your child, because first of all, it is your child and your child is living, and that is an offspring of yourself. So don't ever feel bad about it. But let's be honest. You know, like that's just that is one of the outcomes of having sex.
Yeah.
You know, some people get kids, some people get STIs, STDs, or whatever. Some people have a good nut. Whatever way, it's one of the outcomes.
Every woman is not opposed to having, you know, is not going to want to have an abortion. So y'all got to know that. There's some women that feel is against that. So you got to know, even though regardless of the fact, you know, there's some women that just, if they got a dead, they end up that, and they mess with a guy that ain't going to do nothing or might be a deadbeat, they're not going to have an abortion regardless, because it's just against their, you know,
religion. Yeah.
I understand that, Catherine. They just shouldn't lay down with that trunk.
Right.
You know, you gotta watch who you lay down with, because there's consequences to everything that we do in life, and that's one of the consequences that happens when we lay down like grown people and decide to have sex with one another.
Sometimes when I think of I need to repeat that.
And I'm
play with the thing in the truck.
Gotta get it.
Well, I mean, I think there's levels to it, though. I mean, let's just be real. Why would you want to have unprotected sex with somebody that you barely know or know how their production is as a man or woman?
And not only that too, a lot of people need to be really mindful. You know, we got diseases out there that you can't even fucking put on the periodic chart that's going out there that may be coming from everywhere else. You go ahead, you stick your dick in that, you fucking turn the fucking dust. Because the diseases out there are real. And, you know, a lot of people need to really take that into effect. You know, you got diseases out there that you can't even label, having sex with the wrong person, and only God knows who they had sex with.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say this to everybody. Our lives are going around our protection and our affection, but we have to protect our energy, like what D. Flim always come in and say to the guys that's on the channel and the women. You got to protect your energy, and part of your spiritual connection and sexual connection with a person is protecting your energy. So you definitely need to have safe sex with people that don't. You shouldn't have sex with nobody that has no mental connection. That's what's wrong with fucking. When you out here just fucking, then you gonna fuck up your life. That's what happens. You damage yourself. You damage yourself in so many ways. So that's how I feel about that. So definitely deal with somebody that you know you could finish with.
Hell yeah. Yo, the shit is real too. And another thing, like, I'm glad you said that, Stan. That's why I was trying to jump in there so many fucking times. And this shit is deep. I wanted to get it off my mind. But that spiritual shit, that shit is real. Like, I've seen a situation where I was in a parking lot mall, and I was headed to go ahead and get something to eat out of the supermarket. And I saw this chick. I guess he must have had maybe 2 kids. They was headed towards a doctor's appointment. And this chick was steadily attacking him. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with this boy? And this couple of guys were standing on the sideline laughing at the dude getting chewed out. He was over here recording her. She snapped the phone out his hand and all that shit. That shit was the spiritual ties. He had sex with her, But she must have been having sex with some crazy ass mofos, and her energy like the women and the men, we absorb who we come into contact with. You know, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. When we have sex with certain individuals, their energy is now a part of us, and our energy is a part of them now. So the way how she started acting crazy, I'm like, yo, what the fuck did she got her? She seems like a Jezebel. Like she was going on for him, like she wanted to fight him. And I'm just like, damn, what the hell happened? He's like, I don't know, though. She's just evil. She got all of that energy that she was absorbing from dealing with different people, different dudes, or whoever she was dealing with. And that energy was being transferred right back at him. And it wasn't what he wanted. So everyone out there, let me remind you, you need to watch who you lay down with. Real shit.
And all of this could be avoided, and there wouldn't be any children involved if y'all would just try a little bit of dookie love.
Shit. Fuck it. That's facts. This dookie love, that's all you need to do. But all right, so we're gonna do the last question for everybody. I'm gonna go around. We start with the ladies first. Well, we start with Tate because he only had one question. You got any more questions, Tate?
No, because listen, I get more of a kick out of responding to questions. So now let them answer.
All right. So ladies, start with Michelle. What's your last question? Make it a juicy one.
Sorry.
She's smiling. Let's go.
How about okay? Okay, have you, fellas? Okay, have you ever been in love? And if so, what? How do you know? How do you know when you're in love with a woman?
Start with Rich.
Yeah, of course, I've been in love before. You know, as you know, I've been married before, and out of that union, had 3 beautiful children, and I was very much in love. And right now, I love my wives. I'm not in love. I'm never gonna fall in love again, and that was part of the mistake that I made the first time. But the way that I know it, when it is love, is something like I don't know. You have a lot of respect in there.
Yeah,
you
wow.
Have a lot of mutual aspirations and goals and whatnot. But when you meet that woman and you know that she's down for you and she's, I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna tell you like this. It's hard for me to say it. In a way, it's sort of like when they asked a senator what is pornography, and he said in that Senate hearing, I don't know, I can't explain what it is, but I know what it is when I see it. You know, so that's how love is to me. There's so many facets to it. Like right now, I love all 3 of my women. I love them dearly, and I'll do anything for them. They'll do anything for me, and this has been tried and true, tested and proven. I think it's more of a thing right now. Like I said, that falling in love, that Walt Disney movie shit, that Princess in the Kingdom shit, that don't go. What matters in life is mutual respect, and I think that's what makes our relationship successful, and that's what's more important than that Disney fantasy love gets swept off their feet and live happily forever after, because people have problems. Even though we're happy in our situation, we go at each other. We have disagreements, we have fights. But as long as you have respect, you don't have to love me long as you respect. So that's where I'm at with that one.
All right, Tate, what about you, man? You been in love before? Or what we got going?
This is going to be probably surprising, but I'm going to say I have loved people, but I don't know if I've ever really been in love. And I think that's after me coming through, having talks with you guys and just listening and reflecting back over my life. Rich just said something that kind of like really struck to me, and this is said, like, you know, you don't have your issues, but there's respect in it.
but I don't know that I actually can say that like I actually received it. What is love out? Yes.
All right, Mike. What about you?
Yeah, man, I've been in love too many times to fuck that shit up. Fuck that. But to me, honestly, one of the lessons that I've learned in life when it comes down to relationships, and I'm gonna agree with Big Rich on this one, and Tate, there has to be a big form of respect there when it comes down to relationships. You feel me? Because without respect, there's nothing. You know, aside from loyalty, there's nothing. You have to have respect, and most of all, love and respect for one another, and love and respect for the relationship. A lot of people don't see that, and with the love and respect for the relationship comes the bond. When you have love and respect for that person, the bond will come. And once you have that bond, you cannot break that bond. You break that bond, there goes the relationship. But the respect, most of all, that's where the foundation starts at. When you have respect for one another, you know your limits, you know what you can do, you know what you must not do.
I'm gonna say this for me. Now that I know myself, no matter like more than I ever know myself, mainly because of this platform and being on here for almost 3-something years after my divorce, I had to learn how to love myself and be cool with the things that I can't change about myself. So, being in love with myself first is the first thing I needed to do, and I am now in love with myself. But when I present my love that I have for myself to somebody else and they accept it unconditionally, then I realize what love is when I get that reciprocation back. I mean, I'm talking about telling a person my deepest, or being comfortable to telling a person things that's deeply, you know, the deep shit, you know, the shit that people don't know about me that I won't tell you, or people that only know like my family, like Will, or my mom or my brother. If I can put a woman into that space and she's accepted to it and she does the same for me, that's when I know that I can be in love with this woman. That's just how I feel, because today, let's just be real, you don't find real people that accept your baggage. You may be in relationships and people find shit out as y'all go along, but then people are invested and they like, I don't want to deal with this shit, or you scared to tell them. So I had to learn how to unpack shit and realize that I need to unpack everything at the front door, because if I love myself, I'm not going to be shamed for what I stand for as a man. So if a woman going to love me for me, she going to love what I get, everything I unpack. And if I find that, then that's the person I think I want to be with. So that's the real shit about connection, that a lot of people don't want to do that work.
That shit's deep, bro.
I mean, it's the truth though. I mean, because if you know, we all in here got some type of validation, or we want somebody to accept us for who we are when we lay down at night. And then we all play devil's advocate. Is it going to be good enough for the next person? Let's just be honest. The faith you have for life, the faith that you know God going to get you to work and get you back, you got to believe in that. And then at the same time, you got to get that same faith to the person you deal with. Is they going to love me like I love them? So I feel like when you find that, then you'll find somebody that's going to truly love you unconditionally. Today, in today's world, everybody loving each other over conditions, and that's conditions only.
Oh, absolutely.
So, but if I can give a person, unpack my real shit, all my highs, my lows, my thoughts, and they accept it, then I know they truly can accept me. So, and that's hard. That's the only time you find that shit with your kids and your mom and daddy and your cousins sometimes.
You don't have to say that's gonna be a horrible start, but just keep doing it for yourself.
Oh yeah. But you can't be scared to fail in life, period. So and that's in part of dealing with people. Like even the channel, you know, I'm on here for 2 years. You know, I think I should be higher than what I am, but I don't care, because I love doing it to save one person. So it doesn't bother me to give up because somebody, well, your channel ain't booming like the next guy. Oh well, who cares? My purpose of doing this might just, and God might be want me to touch 1 or 2 souls.
That's right.
And that's and that one person that one soul I touch could be inspired to change 1 million people. We don't look at it like that.
Quality over quantity, and you're doing it right.
So yeah.
I tell you like this, because I mean, like I said, this is just, you know, I guess bromance they call it, but I mean, I say it in front of the nations. Here's the thing: everybody can't always get a Google or Apple or a Tesla stock. There's millions of people who have made millions of dollars, if not billions, from penny stocks. And I look at your channel just like I look at us, like the same thing can happen. That's about what you do with the like, I mean, everybody's not really blessed to have 400,000 subscribers every time you turn on the thing. But here's the thing: the people that listen to this show, just like the young lady that called in earlier, she's getting the gospel. She's getting the truth from people who looking at it like, listen, we ain't gonna put you in no, we won't cut you down for where you are. We'll pick you up if you want to be picked up. And I think that's the blessing in this.
Fact.
Everybody ain't gonna have that big platform, man. And I think that's a problem with people.
Oh
They
yeah.
want you to be the same as everybody else. Fuck that. I'm unique.
Yeah, I'm gonna do me. I ain't gonna pander to the manosphere and do everything everybody's doing. So that's just who I am.
They put the glamour and the glitz, but with the truth in it. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? This right here, this shows the truth. You don't see any other fucking show that gives real shit. They're getting down for real.
You get 3 or 4 different perspectives from men, and you getting 2 to 3 perspectives from women. And it's no button of heads per se, but it's just like it's unadulterated truth. Like, fuck, you can get lied to all you want. Go turn on TV. Shit. They pay for that. It's called cable. Shit. You getting this? Come on, man. Listen.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Was I the last one to answer that? Yeah, I was the last one to answer that. Catherine, your turn. Your last question.
I got 2 because I didn't get to answer. I done wrote 5 questions. I wanted 5
All
questions.
right, we'll ask your 2 questions at one time.
So, okay, I want to know, since y'all, the whole panel is black men, do black men really prefer to date within their race? Now, I know, let me explain that, because I know it's been so much going about that.
I'm gonna answer this.
Things.
I'm gonna answer it first.
Okay,
All
go
right.
ahead and answer it.
I will say this about black men and dating outside their race and dating within the race. I believe in dating within my race. I look for a black woman. My mom and dad was married. But I will say this about black men. We are attracted to all types of women, and all types of women are attracted to black men majority of the time. I ain't gonna say every last one, but if a man, if you had a buffet full of men, I said this in one of my videos, and you put 30 black men, 30 white men, 30 Hispanic, 30 Chinese men, and you put 200 women to go pick out a man, all the black men gonna be going first before all the other men are. That's how I feel. We're the most dominant race, but at the same time, we can code switch. It's hard for black women to go date outside their race, but for black men, we can do it. But I prefer my sisters. But the issue with the sisters is sometimes y'all become too masculine over age, and then it becomes a turnoff, and then we run into something that we're attracted to from the other race, and she feminine and she different, then we fall for that. Because I know some men, they got third, they maybe their second wife may be a different race, but their first wife was black. So, you know, you can't knock a dude for not trying. So I'll go to Rich next. How you feel, Rich?
You know, I've had sex with a whole lot of different other nationalities throughout my life. The only women I haven't had sex with is like Indian women, like Eastern. I've had it with Native American Indians, but I've never had sex with East Indian women, and I've never with Chinese. I've had sex with Koreans, Japanese, Polynesians, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans. You know, women from Europe, all kind of women, and just your typical white girl here in the United States in the past. But no other race could be a wife. All my wives are black women. That's the only thing that they could be, and I'll never procreate with anything other than a black woman. So I'm done procreating at this time. I'm not trying to go there with that one, but that's the only thing. That's the only woman I could think of ever passing my genes on with, and being my wife is a black woman. So that's my preference.
Yeah. You got three. All right. Somebody want to know multiple. If she's mixed, yeah, she mixed and she look good. It's cool if the connection work. That's all right. Tate, what about you?
So here's the thing for me. All right, I never been married. I would be honest. I struggle with black women. Not dating black women, but just I ain't never been married. So
I'll be right back.
So,
answer that. No, I was walking away from the camera. Go ahead and answer it though.
Yeah, no. So here's the thing. My first choice is always gonna be a sister, but I'm not opposed to giving somebody else that option. The issue I think for me has become I'm older now, and for lack of better terms, it's like when we talk about like, you know, what are we bringing to this table and all of this and that, you know, I don't want to catch the bullshit that some people portray with or they lead with. So, like I say, my answer is I'm always going to be pro-sister, but I'm not going to say I will close the door to somebody else. Now, here's the other issue that comes into play. Because I still want children, and I do believe that, like, racism still exists. I couldn't ever feel comfortable going to a family reunion with somebody else. So that kind of answers my question, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, would I necessarily disqualify somebody because of their race? Not necessarily, but at the same time, I don't feel comfortable in their presence. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
All right, Mike, how you feel?
Me personally, you know what I'm saying? Like I've dated a lot of sisters. I dated, you know, a lot of European chicks. I dated Filipino chicks, you know, so on and so forth. But I never really felt comfortable around their families or anyone. There's just always that sense of, you know, I wouldn't say insecurity, but there's always that fear of acceptance or how they look at me as a man of color. I don't have any issues with anyone. I believe that everybody should be treated equally, especially that along with the mentality that I have and that what I possess as a man. But, you know, I feel that, you know, I got a lot of love for my sisters out there. I got a lot of love for them, right? But I wish in a lot of ways that we could somehow meet eye to eye, hopefully in the future, hopefully according to the shit that we're going through, that we could actually coexist and be able to handle that change so that way we could be on top again as we always have been on our, you know, on our shit, you know, doing what we do. Since we really need to get our shit together and put all of our petty differences aside. I understand that, you know, certain people will get the message and others won't due to their ignorance. And I feel that, you know, a lot of this shit mainly came from, you know, opposite sides that don't want to see us on top. You know, outside forces that don't want to see us on top because we are very, very powerful. And we could achieve so much more together as a black man and as a black woman if we would just stick together. And I will hope sometime in the future, whether it be with the future generation, you know, going into that and the sacrifice that our ancestors made in the past, that we could hope to come together to be powerful once again. But I don't think I'll be dating any outside, you know, any other outside forces or whatever other than my women. I'm sorry. There's just something about them that I like. There's something about them that I love. There's something about them that makes me feel powerful as a man, and I accept that. But as far as the ones that don't want to build the kingdom, they could go to the wayside and go fuck off somewhere because I only want real women over here. Because as a man, as I'm coming of age, I tolerate less of the bullshit.
Yeah.
So the women that actually do want to get down, you know, go be it.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have time to waste as a people. We're coming very close. These are the end of days. This is what we got forward to look to. But I don't think I'll ever, you know, accept a woman of color that's ignorant. I want a woman of color that knows what she's got to do she stays in her lane and she plays her role. She know what the fuck she gotta do, because I already know what the fuck I gotta do, and I will continue to keep doing it.
Facts.
I love my woman, my black woman. I love y'all out there.
Yeah, I love the black woman. The black woman is on my radar first. Like I said, I ain't like I didn't date other women, but I mean, the other women, that date gotta go. You gotta go deep. I mean, I know somebody just said something about they got white grandparents, and it sucks dating in the other chat that sometimes it's a deal breaker with her grandparents being a different color. So, but at the end of the day, I hate to say it, but when it's interracial dating, it comes down to the family. You know what I mean? Sometimes it comes down to the family. When it's on the same, if it's black on black, it's on the family too, but it's black and white or black and Mexican. You see so many movies when the man or the woman is not accepted, like on Jungle Fever, stuff like that. Nobody wants to deal with that shit because people's family should be your peace, and the person that you starting your new family with should be your peace as well. So sometimes that's a deal breaker. Nobody wants to have that struggle of forever. You know what I mean? So, all right, what else you got, Captain? What's the other one?
Or be looking over their shoulders if shit goes south.
Yeah. Captain, what you got? The next one.
My last question is, do they really have an issue? Now, listeners, do you really have an issue with a woman that wears weave or eyelashes or nails? Like, when it comes to like a good woman, and she's really a good woman to you and she gets you and all that, is that really a deal breaker if she wear weave or wear nails and all that eyelashes? Is that a deal breaker?
I'm gonna ask. I'll go first on that one, and then we'll go back to Tate, and then Mike, and then Rich. It's not a deal breaker for me. It's just if you take that shit off and I can't recognize who the fuck you are, then that's a problem. I understand enhancing some shit, man. We enhance as well, but if it's to the point that you gotta make your face up and then you take your mask off and I'm like, who the fuck are you? Or you wake up in the next morning and be like, I don't know her. Like, nah, I'm good. It ain't nothing wrong with a woman and enhancing herself. Because I remember I used to have to wait for my mom to put her makeup on, and we know mom was gonna be the last one to get dressed. So there's nothing wrong, and I understand women take their time. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But if it's to the point that I don't recognize who you are, or you trying to out here do everything with all these other women are, I have a problem with that. That's just me. I don't want my woman to be the majority. I want her to be the minority. That's just me. All right, Will, then Mike.
So my thing is, it's about moderation, right? Same thing that Shaq just said. I don't want to feel like I'm dating a clown. Like I think sometimes women, you like it, but on a flip end of that, looking at it, it's something totally different. So for me, it's in moderation. I mean, I feel like my woman should be. If I tell my woman that she's beautiful, I think she should be able to take it at face value what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't lie about her. But a lot of women want to get the feedback not from me, but from what the world or society or what somebody else has told you. I just think that's what turns into a turnoff. I mean, the fake eyelashes and nails and all that stuff, I mean, don't get me wrong. We all do it. Overall, we ain't got a problem with it. It's just, why do you got to be something that you're not? Sometimes your natural state is pretty with its imperfections.
Yeah.
And I think y'all do a disservice by trying to hide them. I hate seeing people have flawless pictures on social media. Because when you meet them, it's not that. And then you come to find out, I really like the person that I met in real life. I don't like this bullshit that I see. Then y'all get mad when we say, you don't need that. Well, I like it. Okay, like it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so yeah.
Mike, what you got?
Man, I'm gonna just say it like this. For one, like I don't mind, a woman trying to fix herself up, but when it's overly done, like I'm talking like extensive fake nails. I'm not sure if she'll be able to wipe her ass properly, with the nails on and shit. And there's a certain thing when it comes down to being hygienic, like, you know, practicing, how should I say, good hygiene. You know, she might have some long nails. She can't wipe her ass properly. The overly done makeup look like she done face planted in some mud and shit. That shit is overly done. Because what if I want to go and hug and kiss her? I'll be looking like I'll have lipstick, brown lipstick all over my lips and shit when I go to kiss her on the mouth. Or I can't even kiss her on the cheek or anywhere. Her eyelashes are too overly done where it looks like she's giving me a wink, even though she's staring straight at me. You know what I mean? And in the hair situation, I'm not trying to say that every woman, you know, should go out and buy hair. A lot of women look perfectly okay. You know, they could fix themselves up. But like Stack said, if you got all of this shit on and I can't recognize you, then that's a no-go. I think a lot of women need to understand and have some acceptance of who they are, because all you're doing is just making the next man money, and he's just saying, yeah, put this on, you know, look good when you already look good, because remember, black don't crack. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
right.
Black don't crack. You've seen a lot of women out there that be strung out on drugs, and it takes a lot. When you see every other culture out there that gotta do all of this other shit, and they age early. And we don't age that early, providing that we take care of ourselves, and that's just real shit. I don't believe a lot of women should do it, but I know a lot of women are going to do what they want to do anyway. And the filters and all of that other shit is just, it's all smoke and mirrors, because at the end of the day, when you wake up and you got to do all of that shit all over again, ask yourself when you look in the mirror, is this who I really am? Should I accept this? Or do I know I already have it all there? And realize that you already have it all there. It's just all smoke and mirrors. You're making money for the next man when you already have all of the natural features. You know, you don't age, you don't crack when you go up underneath some sun. You know, you don't need to get a tan. You see other people getting a tan. You know, you got a lot of shit handed to you and you don't even realize it, but you're putting all of this. A lot of women are putting all of the makeup on. They don't even know where the chemicals and shit are coming from, and then wondering why they got cancer. Spraying olive oil on their skin. The shit that's coming out of a can, you don't even know what you're spraying yourself with. You got all of this glue on the nails. When you can easily do your nails and shit yourself. You're putting all of this glue, you clogging up the pores that, you know, are needed to breathe. And you may have gangrene under your fingernails, or you putting all of this shit in your hair. You don't know what the chemicals was in or where that hair came off from in a third world country being synthetic, and you wondering why your hair is not growing because you already got it covered. And when all you have to do is just throw some water on it and let it naturally grow, and you'll see your hair will grow down long to your ass if you just let nature take its course. Stop fucking with a majority of that shit that's out there that's not good for y'all. If you're gonna do it to a minimum. But don't do it overly excessive. That's all I'm gonna say. I love y'all. Please take my word.
All right, Big Rich, what you got on this woman's appearance thing, man?
Well, women can do exactly whatever they want to do, and I would never hate on the women, because there's a lot of beautiful women out there that I know that they do wear weaves, they wear the makeup and things like that. I don't like a whole lot of makeup and stuff, because a lot of times it's going too far these days. Like I say, some of these women actually look like men that are trying to look like women. They look like drag queens. They go too far with that lash and stuff and all like that. But I have no problem with women doing whatever they want to do to enhance their appearance. It's a deal breaker with me. My wives only in all three, Toya, Lisa, and Kay are all beautiful black women. My mother and my grandmother and my sister are all, my grandma's passed, but she was a beautiful brown skinned woman. She never wore a weave. Maybe it's just the way I was grown, maybe my family dynamic, but my wives, if you're going to be my wife, you can't, none of the makeup and none of the weaves. It's got to be your natural hair. I mean, some lipstick's fine. They wear lipstick or lip gloss. Just the young women, they like to wear this lip gloss sometime or whatever. And if they use a little bit of light makeup, that's one thing. But I believe a woman should be humble. And I believe that these women are just so beautiful. They all look different, but they're all beautiful in their own ways. Even down to the little imperfections of the little, like I say, my girl, the second one, Lisa, she's got this mold that she's so obsessed with on the left side of her face, but it's so gorgeous to me. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. She's not here now, so I'm not trying to gas her down.
Yeah.
But that is just that to me is beautiful. I don't want that covered up. I want to see them just like they are, how God intended them, how God made them. And I love these women. These women out there are so beautiful. I've seen Michelle, but I haven't seen Catherine. I'm sure she's a beautiful black woman. I mean, all black women are just some of the most beautiful creatures on the earth, and I just don't think all that's necessary. But if a woman feels it's necessary, then I'm not going to be mad at her for doing whatever she needs to do with it. It's just that I don't prefer that for my woman.
Yeah, we live on Stack 44 on YouTube. If you're coming in from the other platform, if you want to subscribe to Stack 44 on YouTube, we do this every Sunday, Stack Attack Sundays. Michelle, you got anything you want to add on the enhancements for a woman? Is it too over the top at times? Because I know you're a stylist. Stack 44.
Yeah, sometimes it can be over the top. But I feel like
Stack, my bad. Now I was answering a question they want to know, was it Stack 44? No, my bad. Go ahead, Michelle. I know you see a lot in your profession.
Yeah, I would say, it could be too much sometimes with the enhancements, but I just feel like I believe in people doing what they feel makes them feel their best, like what makes them feel good. So what may be too much for me may be just right for somebody else. So I can't really say that, it's doing too much, because for that person, it's just maybe just what they need, you know?
Yeah. All right. Well, like I said, somebody was like, y'all know y'all don't want afros, and let me see what else this lady said on this.
That's like afros. My girl Toya is sitting here right here. That's the kind of hair she has. She has a poofy, like 70s style afro, and sometimes she rocks a bit. So don't
right now. The natural hair thing is a big trend, and it's very if you take care of your hair, like that's sexy. It's like a crown on you guys.
Girl sit there looking at me, look like she just got off a Soul Train. Cornelia.
I can't even find this comment no more.
Doing that shit down the line, baby. Yeah.
But she was like, y'all know y'all don't want no women with no damn afros and shit. And I'm like, shit, you never know.
Like this. We'll take a woman with an afro, but I mean, what else is coming with the afro? It's not just gone.
Yeah. She's stacked like a brick house, boy.
Wow.
So sometimes she throws it in some braids or something every once in a while, but most of the time she rocking it picked out just like it is, man. I love that about it. And it's not right for every woman. This beautiful gorgeous, man. This woman is sharp.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Hey, it's $1 billion business that I need to go ahead and get me some vendors so I can sell some hair to some of these black women. I'd be rich. Fuck. I need to sell bundles, man. Huh?
Put a couple of Asian cats in the front, you got yourself a deal.
All right. Shit, we about to get to the last word. So Michelle, you have anything you want to say on your list, or you covered everything you wanted? Anything you want to get out? Because I know Catherine got 2 on me. I'll give you an opportunity to get 1 more if you want it.
I would say, I got 1 more.
Come on with it.
Why do men hesitate to express emotions?
By the way.
Why do men hesitate to express emotions?
Okay, down the line, y'all. Who's going first?
Yeah, I'll take this one first. Hey, real shit. Once we express them, they can be used against us.
Facts.
Yeah.
So that's the reason. So you basically afraid that someone's going to use that as a weapon.
Yeah.
It's a lot of manipulative women in this society.
The person that you are with has an advantage. It's like when they say keep your enemies closer, but your friends closer, your enemies even closer. if I'm giving you information to use against me because you know this is a struggle, and then it comes out, you use it against me, you not only hurt me, but you also kind of almost you blew a bomb up on my foundation to a certain degree. Why? Yeah, why would do that?
So you go into it with hesitation because of fear that they're going to use it against you.
If statistics and studies was proved that it wasn't the case, then it wouldn't be the problem. But more times than not, that's what it becomes. At least for me, my experience.
So so if that's the reason why men do it, like what will make a man comfortable enough to not be like that with a woman?
Knowing that the woman isn't like that. Like she wouldn't be vindictive or manipulative to do something against somebody at a time just for the sake of control.
Yeah, she has to be really rocking with dude to really not do some shit like that. Like even in the face of anger or shit ain't going right, all she has to do is just keep her word and just not do any of that. Like hold her tongue. Even during her most emotional state, that shows that she's really rocking with you. If she's not really rocking with you, she's gonna use everything that you told her. I don't care. I say some shit. My dad told me one time when I came outside the crib, he was like, "Yo, did you see that? That dude got arrested." And I was like, "How the fuck he get arrested?" He was yelling in his ear, "I'm gonna tell the police who you killed last week."
All right. Hold on real quick.
Some people, depending on if they really rocking with you, you know, at any moment, in any given time, it could turn. That's why a lot of men don't really show their shit out there, you know, with their emotions because they fear, okay, if shit goes south, this individual might use my own words, use my own weaknesses against me, you know, like Superman with the kryptonite. Women have accountability issues, that's their kryptonite.
But that can go both ways, though. Well, what if a woman, so then y'all,
hold on,
a woman to go in with all her emotions and stuff. And a man ain't gonna do that?
I mean, men will fucking play on that shit, yeah. If he knows he wants to be on some narcissistic shit, he gonna play on it. But if a woman is in her emotions, and she said, "That's all right, motherfucker, I know how to get you," and then tag, you're right. She's gonna think about nothing else but your weakness.
Well, let's just be honest, though. We live in a microwave society, and I just got a comment in the other stream, and she said, "You got to be manipulative to date in 2021. These niggas will say anything for free sex. It goes both ways." Let's just be honest, though. Hold on. Let's just be honest, though. How many people that actually got the listening skills or the let's say everybody's texting instead of talking these days. Really, how many relationships are being manipulated by text? Who's really picking up the phone and giving people actually real time? That's one of the issues. You can't get mad if you're not vetting these men or vetting these women out by not getting real human contact. That's what I feel like is a part of what we don't talk about of how people get manipulated because a dude or a woman could be who the hell they want to be on text message. They can hand the phone to their little sister and she can be texting you and you thinking it's a dude doing it, but the sister telling you everything you want to hear.
But Stack, let's not go off of what Michelle asked because the question is that y'all said men don't be upfront with their emotions or whatever because they scared the woman can use it against them, but the woman. Okay.
Oh yeah, we got Mike answer it, and I think Tate answered it, and then now Big Rich, how you feel about that?
Well, I think that's a good question, Michelle, but I think it's relative. There is a fine line that you walk with that, and as a man, I can't tell you. Here's another one of those things where I cannot and will not refuse to speak in absolutes and speak for every black man. I'm speaking for myself, and I'm speaking for the parameters within my household. I don't show a lot of emotion with certain things because these women look to me as they call me their rock. They look for me to be stable. They look for me to be solid. And if I'm running around here fearful of things and not sure about things or sad about showing I'm sad about something, or even a negative emotion like acting like I'm angry, those kind of things, that doesn't give them room to be women. They look to me for guidance and for love. Now, my youngest wife, Kay, she always be asking me, the other two really understand it and they know by now, but she's always asking me, don't you love me? How come you never tell me you love me? And we had this talk for a long time yesterday. I had to let her know, look, I'm not a big one on saying I love you all the time. I do love you, but I'm not a big one on saying it, but I'm big on showing them. So I show my emotions all the time. I show who I am. But as far as certain emotions, like being sorrow, we all have sorrow in life. So I can't get into a place where I'm feeling that emotion and I'm letting that dictate what goes on, because guess what? I'm the leader of this house. Then I got a sad house. Being angry to me is a feminine emotion. It shows your weakness. If you're flying off the handle and stuff, we can find stuff to fly off the handle and be weak about it all the time. But I don't look for problems. I look for solutions. Because I'm a man and that's what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
So I do show emotions, but I don't talk about a bunch of fluffy, whimsical things and this and that. There's a line that a man has to walk to be a masculine man, and that's where I walk. Like I said, not against showing emotion. I show proper emotions and have control over my emotions. Because we do have them.
Yeah.
You just need to have control of them if you're a man.
Yeah. If you going live, if you came in on here, I'm about to get off of this other stream right here, guys. My phone about to die, but come to Stack 44 if y'all want to continue. I'm about to shut this phone down there at charge. But we closing anyway. But come to Stack 44 if y'all want to finish the video. So I mean,
that was
these
a good
people.
answer that Rich gave. I like that. I can go with that.
Yeah, I mean,
I like that.
I feel like man, we show emotion. We're more logical. We more built, like Rich said, to be masculine. We won't, if we actually get vulnerable with a woman, we really like her, but we have to, that takes time for a man. You know what I mean? The best thing you should want from a man up front is his honesty before his emotion. And when you accept his honesty and he know that you accept his honesty as a man and you trust and you stroke his ego, then you'll get the emotion later. It just don't come out all, really women don't expect dudes that act like bitches. If a man act real feminine, a woman ain't gonna respect him.
All three of them walk out the door on the
all. So like I said, you gotta earn that right for a man to get, just to show emotion. I feel like it's just something. I think that's the last layer on a man that a woman will see. You know what I mean? But the guys that are overly emotional, those are those guys that are the emotional people that's in jail right now. Those guys that beating on women or killing people because they in their feelings, or grabbing your phone or checking your drawers. Those insecure motherfuckers. The relationships are not for the weak, selfish, or insecure. And most real emotional men from the jump, you know who they are because they're the insecure man. Am I right, Rich?
That's it, brother. That's it. You said it in a nutshell, bro.
They emotional, or they jealous, or they making comments just like they act like a female. So
and I can expect certain things out of a female, but I really look down on that kind of man because he's the worst kind of. He's worse than a female. He's a bitch. He has no honor. He therefore does not deserve any respect. That's not a man. That's just a male. He has a penis, but he has no nuts.
Yeah. All right. Well, shit. That was Michelle. Any question you want to get out, Big Rich?
No, man. I just wanted to tell the sisters, I love y'all. I had a good time tonight. We really had a good time. We laughed about some things, and it was really deep hearing both of you all with your situations as far as helping people. That meant a whole lot to me. Tate, Mike, the same thing with you guys. Stack, I love you, brother. So we had a good time tonight. Got some things out of the way. and got a good laugh, and I enjoyed seeing you guys, and look forward to seeing you next week.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Next week, I'm going to bring that smoke. Let's see. We're going to talk about stop ignoring red flags when dating. So you know, that's going to be a show that we'll talk about these this texting too, because to me, when a person, that's all they can do is text you and can't give you no time, you need to throw the flag. You need to throw the yellow flag in, like, you done. Penalize that motherfucker. Huh?
Am I invited to that one?
Oh yeah. We gonna stop talking about the red flags when dating. I mean, I know you got 3 women, so I know they just didn't get on a program without passing some type of thing, some type of test, something. Shit.
All the time, brother. They tried to test me, so I mean that sounds like a good show. I just want to make sure, Catherine, we're still speaking, aren't we?
Oh, yes, of course.
All right, I love you, darling. I was just checking that I didn't blow it this time.
All right, Mike. I'm gonna go to Tate and Mike. What you want to say before you get out of here, Tate?
I mean, you know, like I say, I love this dialogue. I mean, this dialogue between us and them, and asking questions even from the streams too, from everybody else. It's just, hey, do what you got to do. Today is the best day to start making tomorrow better. You know, happy Easter to everybody. You know, and hey, I look forward to this next week.
All right, Mike, what you want to say, buddy?
Hey, man, I just want to say everybody out there, thank y'all so much for joining in on the show. Fellas, you know what I'm saying, Big Rich, Tate, you know, Michelle, Kat, I want to say thank y'all for joining us, man. It's really, really, really been an honor. I've learned a few things, you know, just hearing y'all out. Different walks of life, different parts of the country and shit, you know. It's a lot that I learned here tonight, and it really brought me to the conclusion that we still have a lot more to learn from one another as well as from each other, and propelling us forward into the future and helping others learn from our dealings in the past, as well as helping them get some kind of clarity as to what's going on, rather than going in blind because they don't have that proper guidance to go out and ask somebody, or they may feel that other person may have a bad impact on just asking them, you know, as far as that and influence. And you know, I look forward for more shows to come. Stacks, I'm gonna say, keep doing your thing, brother. You on the track, man. You almost there, brother. And I want to see what other shows we got coming up next, man. I know this next show is gonna be fire, so you know what I'm saying. Stay tuned, y'all. I love y'all. Be safe. Be good out there, and you know, be aware of who you're dealing with and what kind of situation that you want to be in, as opposed to a situation that you don't want to be in.
Facts. That's raw shit right there.
Can I go next? Because I'm because my phone about to die. I want to tell each and every one of y'all I always appreciate it. I look forward to the stream. If I come out anytime where it seems like I might be opposing or like upset about something, y'all gotta know that's just the passion in me and the way I talk. I respect everybody's views. So I want to let everybody know I love you, I appreciate it, and I look forward to next week when we all gonna talk again.
Appreciate you. Right, I love that mac and cheese too. I gotta get that mac and cheese, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna get you some too, Mike.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Michelle, you got anything you want to say?
I appreciate everyone, and tonight was really fun. I enjoy hearing everybody's opinions and everybody's perspectives on different things, and I definitely look forward to next week.
All right.
Oh, shit.
All right.
She's fantasizing too. You know, she's been quiet.
Oh, no.
Now, Stack, don't take this shit down before you get a strike, brother.
We'll see. I might leave it up. Fuck it. We'll see. But I'll listen to the playback and see what's up. I wish my moderator was in here a little bit, but it's all good. But like at the end of the day, I think it was some good information. But like I'll say, I want to touch on the true love thing. Like really, that's why my channel's here, for people to love themselves before they can love anybody else. Like you was on an airplane, they always tell you put that oxygen mask on before assisting somebody else. So if you don't put that oxygen mask on, you're gonna suffocate and die. You ain't gonna be able to save nobody else. So you gotta save yourself first. like I always say, guys, I know my shirt kind of peeled up, but stack attack your life, stack up your life, do the plan purpose program. Remember, on a daily basis, it's you versus you. It's not you versus the world. It's not you versus society, not you versus social media. None of those excuses going to get it done besides you. You know what I'm saying? So looking forward to that. Tomorrow's my first day of doing a My Time Monday. My Time Monday is going to be a 2.5 minute, 3 minute video talking about what I feel like we can start off our week with. So I'm going to post that tonight, and it's going to be first thing in the morning. Check that out. Hopefully give y'all a day. A preview of that is win the first hour of your day. That's the name of that video. Win the first hour of your day. If you win that first hour of your day should go smooth. And then Wednesday, we got Wake Up Wednesdays. I'm going to have every Monday and Wednesday, I'm going to have a little short video, 2 or 3 minute video of a motivation of like your time and waking up. So it's something to push, you know what I'm saying, to give y'all, you know, a short version of just waking up and just staying on track. Because we could be on track for 100 days and take that one day not to be on track and can mess up our whole lives. So just it's always you versus you, and you changing yourself before you can change anybody else. So we all struggle, we all fall short, but it's not about falling short. It's about when we fall, do we get back up? So I thank everybody for coming. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for spending 3 hours with me tonight. And next week we're gonna shorten it up because it's gonna be my video. Y'all have all these questions. All right. Good night, y'all.
All right. Good night.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Peace.